Chapter 301, Let's Spar. Black Tower's Administrator Area. Kelly Helen. Aileen laughed as she connected the black glossy string to make a necklace with Kyra's heart shard. Clicking. It's finally time to give Sejun his gift. Aileen, holding the necklace, wore a solemn expression. It took quite a long time just to give one gift. Sejun, come out to the waypoint alone. I have something for you. Aileen called Sejun to an isolated place to avoid any collateral damage. Bring Theo along, Sejun. Just in case, Aileen told him to bring Theo along. You have something for me. Haha, a gift. Got it. Following Aileen's words, Sejun got excited and stood up to head towards the waypoint. Torarung. Pipirorung. Kurorung. Pirorung. Fortunately, the other animals had eaten their fill in the morning and were now taking a nap. Then, SSSSRK. Pew Hut, Chairman Park, look at this, meow. My fur doesn't fall out anymore, meow. Theo bragged about how even with vigorous movement and running around, his fur didn't shed. Thanks to talent, strong fur. That's how Theo boasted about his strong fur. Now I should rest, meow. After finishing his bragging, Theo clung to Sejun's legs. K-kun, Aileen told me to come alone, but once he clings like this, it at least takes an hour. As Sejun pondered how to detach Theo, the tower's administrator says to bring Theo along. Got it, let's go, Vice Chairman Theo. Pew Hut, good, meow, let's go, meow. Theo, excited to go anywhere with Sejun without knowing where, shouted. And Sejun moved towards the waypoint with Theo. Black Tower, 99th floor, south area. The habitat of the fire ants. Kiyak. The fire ant swarm rushed towards the invaders of their territory. But there were only two intruders. Moonlight slash. Veronica swung her dagger horizontally towards the incoming fire ants. Whoosh! A semicircular blade of energy sliced through the fire ants. Approximately 3,000 fire ants died in one strike. Then, Kaiwat. Veronica, not bad, power of light burned the enemy's cannon beam. A high-heat beam emitted from Yona's cute front paws incinerated 5,000 fire ants. Not bad, I'm just getting warmed up, full moon slash. Veronica, holding twin daggers, pulled her arms back, then swung them forward dramatically. Wung! This time, two semicircular blades of energy formed a circle, slaughtering 10,000 fire ants. Kaiwat. I'm getting warmed up a bit too. Power of wind crushed the enemies. Air press. Bang! With Yona's magic, a violent windstorm from the sky struck the ground. The tremendous pressure created by the wind crushed 20,000 fire ants to death. Good, but I'm not done yet. Moonlight dance. Veronica then swung her twin daggers, spilling blood-colored energy blades in all directions. Kaiwat. Same here, power of ice. The two slaughtering fire ants. The reason they were doing this from morning was to see who was stronger. Yona and Veronica were competing to see who could kill more fire ants, determining the second in command of the Black Tower. On the way to the waypoint. Chairman Park, where are we going, meow? Theo finally became curious about their destination. Aileen has something for us at the waypoint. Pew Hut, Aileen Nuna is giving a gift, meow. Probably. Pew Hut. Has Aileen. Laughing like fools, the two arrived at the waypoint. Aileen, I'm here. As Sejun called for Aileen, the tower's administrator says to receive this first. Aileen replied and handed a necklace with a black stone shard to Sejun. Kyra's guardian necklace. Is this made from Kyra's heart shard? Sejun examined the necklace after reading its name. Kyra's guardian necklace. This necklace is made from the heart shard of one of the 10 dragons first created by the creator god, the strongest dragon, the great black dragon Kyra Pratani. The magic that was told by Kyra's residual thoughts contained in the heart shard was engraved by Aileen Pratani. To lower the usage restriction, The necklace's performance has been significantly reduced. Usage restriction. Those granted permission by the Great Black Dragon Aileen Pratani, LV. 50 or above, all stats over 500. Creator Aileen Pratani. Grade unmeasurable. Skill absolute protection master. The tower's administrator confirms it's true. The tower's administrator says to infuse the necklace with magic power. As Sejun examined Kaira's guardian necklace, Aileen answered. Magic power. When Sejun infused the necklace with magic power. Wung. The magic power of the necklace resonated and enveloped Sejun. And then, checking the magic power of Kaira's guardian necklace. Checking the magic power of Black Tower's Farmer Park Sejun. Kaira's guardian necklace is now bound to Black Tower's Farmer Park Sejun. Kaira's guardian necklace became entirely Sejun's. The tower's administrator says to now try using the engraved skill of absolute protection on the necklace. Okay, absolute protection. When Sejun used the absolute protection skill, the Kaira's secret skill, absolute protection is activated for 10 minutes on yourself and nearby allies. During the activation of Kaira's secret skill, absolute protection, physical resistance and resistance to other energies are increased tenfold. A skill activation message appeared. Kaira's secret skill. Resistance increased tenfold. It seemed like it could even block Kyungi's punch. Of course, a full power punch would be too much. As Sejun was reading the message. Grandma taught me this skill. Nice to see you, Sejun. Aileen spoke to Sejun as she descended from the sky with her back to the sun. Sejun shielded his eyes while looking at Aileen with the sun behind her. It was dazzling, both the sun and Aileen. Clicking. Aileen landed on the ground in the meantime. Aileen. Sejun, mesmerized by Aileen's beauty, snapped back to reality and asked. Yeah, it's me. Happy 1-year survival anniversary, Sejun. Now receive my gift. Finally, Aileen was able to directly give her congratulatory gift to Sejun. Chew. Aileen pressed her lips to Sejun's. Aileen's prepared gift for Sejun's 1 survival anniversary was a kiss. The Kaira's guardian necklace was just a means to achieve that. Aileen's lips touching his. Sejun's mind went blank, and his legs gave out at his first kiss. Can we have success? When Aileen was happy about delivering her gift. Aileen Nuna, Chairman Park has fainted again, meow. Theo said. Cuh. At Theo's words, Aileen hurriedly detached her lips and checked Sejun's face. Sejun had fainted with a pale face. Till face-to-face interaction, absolute protection and Theo's energy drain could cover, but physical contact was too much. At least he felt the touch on his lips before fainting, which might be slightly less unfair for Sejun. Thump thump. Now accustomed to Sejun's fainting, Theo calmly massaged Sejun's body with his paws, especially focusing on the face. Compared to Aileen Nuna, Chairman Park's face has really ugly, meow. Sejun wake up heel. Before the duration of absolute protection ended, Aileen, wanting to converse and see Sejun's face, helped Theo and used healing magic. However, Sejun did not wake up until absolute protection was over. Sejun, see you in 100 days. Aileen promised to see him again in 100 days when he could use absolute protection again and return to the administrator area. Hachijo Island, located about 300 km south of Tokyo, Japan. Wriggle squirm. Giant leeches began to emerge from the sea. Some of the giant leeches, swept by the deep-sea currents, had arrived here. The giant leeches silently invaded the village, following the scent of blood. Caught off guard by the sudden invasion of the giant leeches, the people couldn't escape and save me. Zug zug. Were engulfed by the leeches, drained of their blood and died. The people of Hachijo Island were annihilated by the giant leeches before they could even request support from mainland Japan. Thus, Japan was almost attacked by the giant leeches without any awareness. What is that? Fortunately, a boat that had left the island for fishing was able to request support from mainland Japan, buying some time to prepare for the giant leeches. And squishes squelch. Around the same time, giant leeches also landed in Russia, the Philippines, and New Zealand. An hour had passed since Aileen left. He. Sejun finally regained consciousness. Press. He felt Theo's front paws pressing down on his face. Then, the tower's administrator asks if you're okay. Aileen asked. Oh, I'm fine. Stuttering, Sejun recalled the moment he fainted. It was incredibly embarrassing to faint during a kiss. Because of that, Sejun felt utterly deflated. Chairman Park, are you okay now, meow? Theo asked him. Yeah, I'm fine. Pew hut. I Vice Chairman Theo am happy to see Chairman Park becoming stronger, meow. Theo said with a happy expression, looking at Sejun. I've become stronger. That's right. If it were the old Chairman Park, you would have fainted at the sight of Aileen Nuna, meow. Heh, is that so? Right, I've grown. Encouraged by Theo's words, Sejun's confidence, which had nearly hit rock bottom, began to rise again. And, Pew hut, that's right, meow. This time I also struggled, but Chairman Park gave me strength, meow. Chairman Park is amazing, meow. The continuous praise from Theo was like a pump to Sejun's confidence. Thanks to that, Sejun fully regained his confidence. Just don't faint next time. Heh, Vice Chairman Theo, let's go back. Clicking. As Sejun extended his leg. Pew hut understood, meow. Snap. Theo quickly clung to Sejun's leg in response. Let's go. Sejun returned to the farm with Theo hanging on. Aileen Nuna, did I do well, meow? Theo, hanging on Sejun's leg, secretly talked to Aileen. The tower's administrator says it was excellent praise. The tower's administrator says they will give you a special reward later. Pew hut understood, meow. Squeeze. Happy with Aileen's words, Theo hugged Sejun's leg tightly. Anticipating that Sejun would lose confidence upon waking up, Aileen had planned ahead. Theo, when Sejun wakes up later, praise him a lot for being amazing. Aileen had instructed Theo to praise Sejun. Though it was a bit risky to ask Theo to act, at the moment, Theo was the only one Aileen could rely on. But, Chairman Park knees are amazing, meow. Theo, originally a fanatic admirer of Sejun's knees. There was no need for Theo to pretend in praising Sejun. It was all genuine. However, it seems Theo's confidence boost was a bit too much. Minotaur 3008, let's spar. Sejun fearlessly challenged the youngest of the black minotaurs seen in the distance. Moo. Are you sure? Yep. Sejun shouted with bravado. Heh, I'm not the old me. Moo. Then here I come. Thump thump thump. Minotaur 3008 charged in response to Sejun's answer. The tower's administrator urgently shouts to knock Sejun out quickly. Aileen hurriedly called out to Theo. Chairman Park, why are you trying to get yourself killed, meow? That's not allowed, meow. Thump. Shocked, Theo struck the back of Sejun's neck. Seeing Sejun pass out, Minotaur 3008 quickly stopped. Drag. Eventually, Sejun was dragged away by Theo. Kaying. And lay down to sleep next to Fenrir, who had fainted after eating black royal jelly. Chapter 302, It's Refreshing. Grrrr. Swoosh. Fenrir, who had stretched out his short legs, and got up at the sound of Sejun snoring. Kaying. Is it morning? Fenrir thought it was morning looking at Sejun sleeping beside him, but it was. It was just that Sejun had gone to bed early, and Fenrir had eaten black royal jelly, which made him stronger and shortened his fainting time. However, Kaying. Hey, I'm hungry, give me food. Tab. Unaware of this, Fenrir woke Sejun up by hitting his face with his front paws to get breakfast. What? Sejun opened his eyes, somewhat roughly compared to Theo's massage, due to Fenrir's front paws. As Sejun opened his eyes, Kaying. You're up, hurry up and give me food. Jug. Fenrir quickly sat in front of Sejun, vigorously wagging his tail, asking for food. Our Blackie is hungry, got it. Sejun took out a dried sweet potato and gave it to Fenrir. Chomp, chomp, chomp. While Fenrir was enjoying the dried sweet potato. Chairman Park, are you awake, meow? Theo, who had been sleeping on Sejun's knees, woke up and asked. Yes, Vice Chairman Theo, but why am I here? Sejun, curious about why he was lying in bed, asked Theo. Meow. Big trouble, meow. Theo, unable to say that he had knocked him out, made a troubled expression. What do I do, Aileen Nuna? Theo sent an SOS to Aileen. The tower's administrator says not to worry. The tower's administrator says there's a way to divert Sejun's attention. Aileen confidently said. And? Where is our Sejun? Kaiser called for Sejun from outside. Aileen had sent Kaiser straight to Sejun. Pew hut, Aileen Nuna, you're amazing, meow. The tower's administrator says it's natural for a great black dragon to be excellent. Right, meow. Aileen Nuna is great and excellent, meow. While Aileen and Theo were having their conversation. Yes, I'm here. Sejun hurriedly got up and went outside. Kaying. Where are you going? Thud, thud. Fenrir also moved to follow Sejun, who was his protector. However, Kaying. Let's go together. As the distance between them grew, Fenrir could not keep up with Sejun with his strides. Kaying. Hey, take me with you. Thud, thud. Fenrir called out to Sejun, earnestly chasing after him. This the Creator God's tablet. Tyr, who followed Kaiser, discovered the Creator God's tablet placed in front of Sejun's house. And, first commandment, only the tower farmer can prevent destruction. A commandment was written there. This can't be. Tyr had thought that fighting destruction was the mission of the great 9 dragon tribes. Because they thought it was their mission, they were the strongest after all. The great 9 dragon tribes, ruling over 9 attributes. The golden dragon, ruling over lightning. The red dragon and blue dragon, ruling over fire and water. The brown dragon and silver dragon, ruling over earth and wind. The green dragon and purple dragon, ruling over nature and poison. The black dragon and white dragon, ruling over darkness and light. Therefore, Tyr had only thought of becoming the greatest among the 9 dragon tribes, leading them and defeating destruction. But not us. While Tyr was in shock. Oh, who is this? Sejun, who came outside, asked upon seeing a new statue of a purple dragon. Ha, this is Tyr Peton, the leader of the purple dragons. Kaiser introduced Tyr. Tyrnim, hello, I'm Park Sejun, the tower farmer of the Black Tower. Sju, where is Becca? Hiding his emotional turmoil, Tyr asked coldly about Veronica's whereabouts, ignoring Sejun's greeting. Becca. Yes, Veronica. Becca is Veronica, just a moment please. In response to Tyr's question, as Sejun hurriedly looked around for Veronica. It's a shame we couldn't decide a winner. Kaiwat, exactly, let's fight again next time. Yes, but using my strength made me hungry. Kaiwat, let's go and have lunch quickly. I'm sure Sejun will make something delicious for us. Really, I'm looking forward to it. Veronica was walking over, talking amicably with Yona placed on her palm. Their contest ended in a draw, leaving just one fire ant alive. Because the last fire ant was the fire ant queen, they couldn't exterminate the fire ants. So they decided to temporarily share the second rank in the hierarchy, awaiting their next contest. Naturally, Pinkfur and Kyungi were pushed to 4th and 5th in the hierarchy. Becca. Tyr called out to the approaching Veronica. Tyrnim. Veronica was startled to find the purple dragon statue, which was supposed to be on the 99th floor of the Purple Tower. Yes, it's me, Becca. Why have you come to the Black Tower? Who has persecuted you and forced you into asylum? Is it this guy? Tyr asked, glaring at Yona on Veronica's hand. Yona was a possibility. The first suspicion should fall on Sejun, the tower farmer. But it's definitely not him. Tyr immediately recognized Sejun's insignificance upon seeing him. Tyr quickly eliminated Sejun from the list of suspects. Didal Kayuk Kayuk Kayuk. Startled by Tyr's strong aura suddenly directed at her, Yona began to hiccup. Yona. Don't bully Yona, meow. Sejun and Theo quickly stepped in front of Yona and Veronica. And, let Tyr withdraw your aura. Have you forgotten the content of the contract? 3 dragons were startled by Sejun's actions and surrounded Tyr. Then, Tyrnim, I came to the Black Tower of my own accord without any coercion. I'm sorry. Veronica stepped forward quickly, as the situation escalated because of her. What? Why did you do that? Tyr asked in disbelief at Veronica's words. It was hard living in the Purple Tower. What? My Purple Tower couldn't possibly be. Tyr was shocked by Veronica's words, thinking the Purple Tower was the best. Veronica's words meant it was difficult to live there because of the poison, but Tyr interpreted it differently. My managed Purple Tower is inferior to the Black Tower. Well, to some extent it was true, although that was Veronica's intention. Tyr, if the misunderstanding is cleared, leave now. Sejun, are the black beans ready? Leaving a disheartened Tyr behind, Kaiser asked Sejun. Yes, but now there are 4 of you. Sejun said, glancing at Tyr. There were 6 black beans. A fight here must be avoided. Ha, don't worry. Tyr has decided not to buy anything from the Black Tower. You right. He said he absolutely won't buy. Fahaha, exactly. The dragons were delighted that Tyr couldn't buy the black beans. Is that so, then? Sejun was relieved by the dragon's words, and was about to take out the black beans with his left hand when... Kaying. Black fruit. Fenrir, who had eagerly followed Sejun, got excited upon seeing the black beans. And, Chug. Kaying. I'm sitting, give me the black fruit quickly. Fenrir sat in front of Sejun, asking for the black beans. Got it here. Swoosh. Sejun stealthily took out a piece of black royal jelly from his pocket with his right hand. Pop it, and put it into Fenrir's mouth. And, Kaying. I lasted a bit low. Fenrir fainted after, enduring a little longer than before. Piot, please lay Blackie on the bed. Pio? Yes. Flap. Piot flew with Fenrir to the bed. With Fenrir gone. Here are 6 black beans. Sejun sold the black beans to the dragons. Chug. The dragons took 2 black beans each from Sejun's hand and handed over their money bags. And Tyr, who could only watch this happen. Right, I remember now. The black beans were grown by the tower farmer of the Black Tower. What have I done? Tyr regretted his contract once again when... The tower's administrator says that if Veronica buys the black beans with money and gives them to Grandpa Tyr, it won't be a breach of contract. Queen of Internal Affairs, Aileen, suggested a way for Tyr to buy the black beans. Then that would work, thank you, Aileen. Tyr was grateful to Aileen for the good suggestion. The tower's administrator says that Grandpa Tyr should then prepare plenty of tower coins to buy the black beans. Yes, thanks to you, Aileen. I've already prepared plenty of tower coins. Tyr answered in a warm voice. The tower's administrator says well done. The tower's administrator says there are about 1,000 bottles of Samyangju left at the brewery and suggests buying them through Veronica. Really, there are 1,000 bottles of Samyangju. Becca, come here for a moment. Hearing Aileen's words, Tyr called Veronica over. Yes. Veronica approached Tyr, nervous she might be scolded. After a moment, Sejunum, could I possibly buy some Samyangju? Samyangju, why do you need Samyangju? Since Veronica disliked alcohol, Sejun asked. It's an errand for Tyrnum. Veronica quietly pointed towards Tyr. I understood. Sejun took Veronica to the brewery and traded for the samyangju. And, Tiernan, here you go. Veronica handed over the samyangju she bought from Sejun to Tyr. Yes, well done, Tyr answered in a very cheerful voice. The idea of taking Veronica back to the Purple Tower vanished from Tyr's mind. In fact, even if Veronica decided to return to the Purple Tower, he planned to persuade her to stay in the Black Tower. As the trade with the dragons concluded, "Grrr," a sound came from Sejun's stomach. "Ah, I need to eat." Sejun hurried to the kitchen to start cooking. The lunch menu was kimchi egg porridge. Today, he planned to make only kimchi dishes. SSSSSS. Sejun boiled rice flour in a pot filled with water. While the rice flour turned into porridge, chop chop chop. He took out a whole kimchi, chopped it finely, sizzle, and stir-fried it in a frying pan. Once the kimchi was fried, he added it to the pot making porridge. Stir, stir. He mixed the kimchi and porridge with a ladle. A moment later, Kyung, what's Dad making? Peep. It smells delicious. Peepayak. Is Uncle making something delicious again? The animals, who had been lazily sleeping in the cave after breakfast, started to peek into the kitchen, drawn by the smell of cooking. It's ready, eat this while you wait, Sejun said, taking out grilled green onions from the fire. Breakfast was eaten in a space full of memories, so lunch would be accompanied by a nostalgic dish. It was the nostalgic dish of grilled green onions. Crunch, crunch. The animals began to enjoy the grilled green onions that Sejun had piled up on a plate. Oh, this is really delicious. Veronica, experiencing the new dish, excitedly chewed 3 green onions at once. Tab tab. Meanwhile, Sejun was breaking open egg fruits and adding their contents to the porridge when. What that? While drinking samyangju with the other dragons, Tyr, who had followed the refreshing scent that invigorated his heart, asked upon seeing the grilled green onions. The purple dragon statue was upgraded to be able to smell as well. This is grilled green onion. Tiernan, would you like to try some? Veronica carefully offered the grilled green onion to Tyr. HMPH. Tyr snorted, indicating he was not impressed. If you don't like it, I'll. Before Veronica could put grilled green onion in her mouth, not insisting further. When did I say I didn't like it? Swoosh. Tyr quickly snatched the grilled green onions from Veronica and put them in his mouth. Thus Tyr, through spatial movement magic in his mouth, held the grilled green onions in his hand. Chew. Tyr, who was in the Purple Tower, put the grilled green onion in his mouth. And then, SSA. How it's refreshing. The detoxifying green onion made Tyr's previously stuffy chest feel a bit more comfortable. Chapter 303. So have you been crawling until now? Great purple dragons, rulers of poison. They had one concern. The poison would seep out with their breath every time they inhaled, and with their energy every time they mustered their strength. Thus, nothing around them remained unharmed. Even other dragon tribes shunned the purple dragons for their poison-breathing nature. Hence, beings far weaker than the dragons couldn't possibly withstand the power of the purple dragon. All living and non-living things could not bear the poison of the purple dragon, and either died or broke apart. As a result, the surroundings of the purple dragons became desolate, and the purple dragons, having lost any targets for their affection, were heartbroken. However, as time passed, the purple dragons got used to not giving their hearts to anyone, and it became natural for them. Eventually, the purple dragons lost the method to give their hearts. The poison that the purple dragons possessed became even more potent, and they began to accumulate an even stronger poison within their bodies. And the accumulated poison gradually condensed, turning into heart poison, and took its place in the hearts of the purple dragons. The heart poison was so potent that it could intoxicate even the purple dragons who ruled over poison. None of the purple dragons realized that they had been poisoned, So secretive was its nature. The hearts of the purple dragons poisoned by heart poison became selfish, narrow-minded, and eccentric. The purple dragons envied and were jealous of other dragons, and naturally, their relationships with other dragons worsened. Moreover, each time they fought with other dragons, the heart poison accumulated faster, continuing the vicious cycle. As the detoxifying ability of the detoxifying green onion disappeared. The detoxifying green onion has slightly detoxified the heart poison. A message appeared. And then, I chenji. Something in the heart reacted violently. Heart poison. Tyr finally realized the heart poison that had been lurking in his heart. Tyr was shocked by the poisonous energy he felt in his heart. He was a purple dragon who ruled over poison and their leader. To think that I was poisoned. The heart poison had already eroded a significant part of Tyr's heart, and it wouldn't have been strange if it had gone berserk at any moment. If I had continued in this state, I would have become a mad dragon. The thought of him, a great purple dragon, becoming a mad dragon was terrifying. I need to eat more of this. Tyr hurriedly moved the purple dragon statue to pour a plate of grilled green onions into his mouth. You have earned the achievement of detoxifying heart poison with detoxifying green onions. As a reward for achieving the achievement, you can harvest a higher level of detoxifying green onions for 1 week. Heart poison. Sejun was puzzled by the message that suddenly appeared before him. Whoosh! The purple dragon statue poured a plate full of grilled green onions into his mouth. It's Tyr Nim. Thanks to this, Sejun was quickly able to figure out who was afflicted with the heart poison. Kyungi needs to eat it too. Kyungi, unable to do anything because the other party was a dragon, just stamped his feet in frustration. There was nothing he could do but look at the disappearing grilled green onions with a look of regret. There was one thing he could do. Kyung. Dad, the grilled green onions are gone. Reporting to Sejun. Swoosh swoosh. Kyungi understand. Tyr Nim is sick, so he needs to eat a lot of green onions. Sejun soothed Kyungi as he patted his head. Kyung. Dragons get sick too. Yes, so Kyungi tried to understand. Kyung. Kyungi understands. Then, Kyungi will give more green onions so that the dragon Nim recovers quickly. Right, our Kyungi is kind. Sejun praised Kyungi. My baby boy is doing well. Kyuihe. With Sejun's praise, the delighted Kyungi hugged a bunch of raw green onions from the void storage and thump. Kyung. Tyr Nim, eat a lot of green onions and get well quickly. Kyungi cheered for Tyr, generously placing green onions on the plate. Tyr's heart twitched at Kyungi's pure intention of wishing for his speedy recovery with all sincerity. Thank you. Tyr expressed his gratitude in a low voice that couldn't be heard, feeling awkward and ticklish for saying something he wasn't used to. However, Tyr was misunderstanding something. Chairman Park, it's 105 pieces, meow. Theo, who had precisely checked how many green onions Tyr had eaten, informed Sejun. Hehe, Vice Chairman Theo, good job. Pushuhut, I know, meow. While Kyungi's heart in delivering the green onions was pure, the background was not. Hehe, Tyrnum, this is all on credit. Thus, Sejun made sales on credit without Tyr knowing, thanks to Kyungi. Let's eat now, it's ready. Sejun served kimchi egg porridge in bowls and had lunch with the animals. And then, Tyrnum, I hate you. Veronica, who did not know the reason, looked at Tyr with resentful eyes for eating all the baked green onions and then slurp. She fell in love with kimchi egg porridge after eating it. Phew, that's it. Tyr, who had been diligently detoxifying the heart poison by eating detoxifying green onions, said in a regretful voice. Although eating green onions could reduce the size of the heart poison, it was impossible to completely eradicate it. Still, continuing to eat could prevent the heart poison from growing. Thus, Tyr was somewhat freed from the crisis of heart poison. I wonder if other purple dragons are like this. Worried, Tyr went to find his son, Poi, who was nearby. Why did you come? Poi asked Tyr with an annoyed voice as he saw him. Because, the moment Tyr saw Poi, he felt the wriggling, malicious energy of heart poison from Poi's heart. Poi, let's eat and talk. What? Thud. Tyr forced a detoxifying green onion into Poi's mouth without explanation. Afdahi. Chew chew. Initially resisting, Poi started to chew the detoxifying green onion quietly, feeling a refreshing sensation in his chest. A little later, call all the purple dragons. Yes, father. After hearing the explanation from Tyr, Poi obediently began to summon the purple dragons. And then, we need to get more of these green onions. Tyr moved the purple dragon statue to find Veronica. Veronica was needed for trading with Sejun. Slurp. While Sejun was having lunch and about to drink coffee. Kaiwat, Kaiwat, Kaiwat. Chairman Sejun, congratulations on surviving for 1 year. This is my gift to you. Yona handed Sejun a glass bottle left with a blue liquid. Thanks. Sejun expressed his gratitude to Yona and examined the glass bottle. Essence of advanced magic power. It is an essence where pure magic power has condensed and formed a substance. Consumption increases magic power by 100. Consumption greatly enhances talents related to magic power. Expiration date, none. Grade S. Kaiwat, 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 please drink it. Okay. Gulp. At Iona's urging, Sejun immediately drank the essence of advanced magic power. The essence had no taste. Whoosh. Instead, a cool and refreshing feeling was felt down his throat. And then, you have consumed the essence of advanced magic power. Magic power increases by 100. Talent, overflowing magic circuit is greatly enhanced. Talent, overflowing magic circuit evolves into an accumulating magic circuit. A message appeared. Talents related to magic power were enhanced and evolved. Accumulating magic circuit, what? Sejun was startled by the sensation of magic power entering his body with each breath he took. And he quickly checked the talent accumulating magic circuit. Talent accumulating magic circuit. A talent that allows the magic circuit to draw in the surrounding magic power through breathing and accumulate it. Permanently increases magic power by plus 0.1 every 24 hours. Magic stat plus 50. Magic recovery speed plus 300%. Magic potential plus 1000. What? Just by breathing my magic power increases. Sejun was surprised while reading the description of the talent. Kaiwat, Kaiwat, Kaiwat. Congratulations, Chairman Sejun. You've finally taken your first steps in magic power. This is the first step. Kaiwat, 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 yes. Yona answered as if it was obvious. So, have I been crawling until now? Kaiwat, Kaiwat, Kaiwat. Later, when Chairman Sejun's talent grows and you can connect to the magic stream, your magic power will increase even faster. Yona, more excited than Sejun for his first steps in magic, spoke with an excited voice. Magic stream. Kaiwat, Kaiwat, Kaiwat. It refers to the 9 giant flows of magic power that run through the world. For reference, I'm connected to 3 streams of magic power. Oh, so there's such a thing. Sejun gained new information from listening to Iona. And then, oh ho, so if I connect to 3 magic streams, will I be as powerful as Iona? Sejun fantasized. Of course, it was utterly nonsensical. Just having a lot of magic power doesn't mean you're strong. Thus Sejun, while talking with Iona, gained new knowledge. Now I have to work. Sejun moved to the green onion field. He intended to rest for the day, but suddenly found a reason to work. Because of the reward that allows harvesting detoxifying green onions of 1 higher grade for a week. Haha, I can't miss the S-grade green onions. Sejun moved with a smile. And then, land moving. Thud. After a long time, he used Myler's hoe for a massive harvest. Kugung. The ground rose, and the detoxifying green onions planted in the ground were pulled out. You have harvested 3,000 detoxifying green onions. Your job experience has significantly increased. Your proficiency in harvesting LV8 has increased slightly. You have gained 300,000 experience points. Experience points are not accumulating due to the incomplete job quest. Although it was regrettable that experience points were not accumulating due to the job quest, Sejun's heart wasn't heavy thanks to the S-grade green onions. Thus, Sejun, without resting, harvested about 100,000 S-grade detoxifying green onions. Queg queg. When Sejun finished harvesting the detoxifying green onions, and the mushroom ants were busily moving them to the void storage. Flap flap. Wait, Veronica is going to buy all of that. Tyr urgently flew over and shouted. Yes, I will buy them all. Veronica followed, shouting after him. Are you really going to buy this? It's expensive, you know. Sejun started to build up for a high price. But then, yes, of course it will be expensive. Veronica was unexpectedly soft, to the point where no build-up was necessary. So how much? Tyr as well. Puhu Hut, Chairman Park both are suckers, meow. Heh, Vice Chairman Theo, let's cook them well. Understood. Sejun and Theo exchanged sly smiles and communicated through their eyes. And then, Puhu Hut, Veronica, these detoxifying green onions are 15,000 tower coins each, meow. Theo called out the price of the detoxifying green onions, which was 100 times what they sold for to hunters. Heh. Then, since there are 100,000 grade S detoxifying green onions here, that'll be 1.5 billion tower coins. Sejun smiled as he kindly calculated how much it would cost to buy all the detoxifying green onions. 1.5 billion tower coins. Tiernan, what should we do? Veronica looked at Tyr upon hearing Sejun's words. Of course we have to buy them. Hurry up and purchase. Tyr didn't hesitate and had Veronica purchase all the grade S detoxifying green onions. Reserve the next 2 million detoxifying green onions you harvest as well. Moreover, Tyr gave all the money he had for buying black beans to Veronica to reserve the detoxifying green onions. Right now, detoxifying the heart poison of the purple dragons was more urgent than buying black beans. After finishing the trade of the green onions, Heh, I made money. Puhu Hut, it's all thanks to me, meow. The two were happy about selling the detoxifying green onions at a high price. Right, so go down and buy some food. Meow. We should enjoy the party a bit more. Sejun, who got tired of preparing food, sent Theo down the tower. Day 366 in the tower. The party wasn't over yet. Chapter 304, Kyungi's Treat. Meow meow meow. I Vice Chairman Theo am also running errands for Chairman Park again today, meow. Pio. Vice Chairman Theo's next right front paw, Pururur Yatra, will join you. Piat continued singing Theo's song. As usual, Theo brought his subordinate Piat along. And Kyung. Kyungi is going to buy some food too. Kyungi got allowance from Dad. Kyungi continued the song after Piat. Today, Kyungi also joined them. Sejun thought that it was about time for Kyungi to start exploring the world and gradually broaden his horizons. He gave Kyungi some allowance to buy tasty food and follow Theo. Kyung. Heh, big bro, if there's anything Piat and big bro wants to eat, Kyungi will buy it all. Kyungi got allowance from Dad. Kyungi proudly showed his snack pouch filled with his allowance. Puhu Hut, good. Then I'll have the 5-colored grilled tuna, meow. Pio. Then I want the premium bird feed too. Encouraged by Kyungi's confident shout, Theo and Piat shared what they wanted to eat. Thus, on their way to the shopping district on the 75th floor of the tower. Meow. Pio. Vice Chairman Theo, there's another fork in the road. Kyung. Big bro, which way are we going? A fork in the road appeared before them. Pew Hugh Hut, just follow me, meow. Golden Cat Theo Park took the lead. Pio Pio. Yes, I'll go wherever Vice Chairman Theo goes. Kyung. Dad said to follow Big Bro closely. Piat and Kyungi diligently followed behind. And, Vice Chairman Theo, please save me. They encountered Urine, who had been chased out of the 99th floor of the tower at dawn and swallowed by a fragment of Jormungandr. Out of 1,000,000 people, it was peculiarly Urine alone who got swallowed. Indeed, he was unlucky. Pew Hugh Hut, Urine, I'll save you, so pay up, meow. Yes, of course. Urine, Theo's personal ATM, hurriedly took out money. Pew Hugh Hut, watch closely, Kyungi, meow. This is how you get money, by saving a life, meow. Theo boasted to Kyungi, putting the money pouch Urine handed over into his bag. And, Kyung. Got it, you get money for saving someone. Kyungi nodded earnestly at Theo's teaching. Snap. In the meantime, Theo pulled out his claw. Meow. And swiftly swung his front paw to defeat Jormungandr. Clang. Kyungi Piat, pick up the coins, meow. As the three picked up the white coins that fell, they set off again for the 75th floor. Vice Chairman Theo, can I come with you? Pew Hugh Hut, follow us, meow. This time, Urine, who wanted to travel safely, joined their journey. Shortly after, we've arrived, meow. I know the best restaurant on the 75th floor. Follow me. Urine, who heard about Theo's reason for coming to buy food for the party, wanted to introduce him to the best restaurant. Pew Hugh Hut, that's good, meow. Lead the way, meow. Yes. Urine confidently took the lead to the restaurant, with Theo's permission. Heh, Vice Chairman Theo, you'll be so surprised because it's delicious. Urine was full of pride in his taste. He hurried his steps, imagining how happy the group would be with the restaurant he brought them to. After some time, Pew Hugh Hut, the 5-colored grilled tuna was really delicious, meow. Pio. Yes, the premium bird feed was delicious too. Kyung. Right, it was really delicious. Kyungi barely ate but is full. Everyone was satisfied with the dishes at the restaurant Urine guided them to. Heh, what did I tell you? Urine boasted, proud that his restaurant recommendation was acknowledged. Shortly after, the meal ended. Kyung. Kyungi has allowance, Kyungi will treat. Kyungi confidently took out his money pouch from his snack pouch and handed it to the staff. And, jingle. Here, your change. From the money pouch containing 100 tower coins, just 1 tower coin was taken out and handed to Kyungi. Kyungi's pupils shook violently as he received the tower coin in his front paw. Kyung. Where did all my money go? Was it that expensive? The precious 100 coins received as allowance from Sejun. Kyungi was shocked to see 99 of those coins disappear for the cost of the food. Kyungi had things he wanted to buy with 100 tower coins. Powerful clothes to protect his weak dad. A sturdy club that wouldn't break even if his mom swung it around. A hammer for his brother that would split the ground when swung. A powerful magic wand to gift to Sister Iona. A large and sturdy saddle needed for riding on the back of Torion. Snacks for Blackie. A very prudent spending plan. However, except for Blackie's snacks, there was nothing he could buy with 100 tower coins. It was a good thing that Sejun didn't give Kyungi a large sum of money to help him learn financial sense. But, Kyung. My money is gone. Kyungi can't buy what he wanted now. The only one who could stop Kyungi's crying was Sejun, who unfortunately couldn't accompany him. Pew Hugh Hut, Kyungi, calm down, meow. I'll solve this, meow. Give a discount, meow. There was only one cat who could only do what he had learned. As Theo confidently stepped forward to negotiate a price reduction for the first time. Swoosh. Urine was gesturing towards himself with his front paw from behind everyone, looking at the staff. Put it on my tab. Fortunately, they were accompanied by Yurin, a regular customer of the restaurant, unlucky but rich pig. Here, I'll give this back to you. Thanks to him, the staff returned all of Kyungi's money. Puhyuhut si Kyungi meow. Kyung. Big bro is amazing. Kyungi looked up to Theo with admiration for turning the cost of the food to zero with just one negotiation. After settling the bill for the food, pack 1,000 portions for takeout meow. Theo ordered food to take to the 99th floor of the tower. Kyung. Kyungi will pay. Kyungi boldly stepped forward to pay again, looking towards Theo. Big bro will reduce the price. Puhyuhut, trust me Kyungi meow. I'll get you a discount meow. Receiving Kyungi's expectant gaze, Theo boldly negotiated a discount. Swoosh swoosh. Yurin's debts piled up. Pio. I'm jealous. Piat, who couldn't join the excellent combo play of the three, looked at them enviously. Then, you can come to pick it up in about 3 hours. The staff provided the time to pick up the food. Considering the amount ordered was nearly 10,000 servings, it was an incredibly short time. But, is it going to take that long, meow? Theo, who disliked waiting, exclaimed. Then I'll be late to Chairman Park, meow. Meow, but I still have to run Chairman Park's errands, meow. Theo reluctantly decided to wait. But Kyungi, what did you say you wanted to buy earlier? Deciding to buy what Kyungi wanted while waiting, Puhyuhut. Indeed, I am a great big brother, meow. Kyung. First, Kyungi want to buy clothes that will protect Dad. Puhyuhut buying clothes for Chairman Park, meow. Good meow, let's go meow. Theo exclaimed, looking at Yurin. Hurry and guide us. Thus Theo, Piat, and Yurin moved for Kyungi's shopping spree. Are they doing okay? Sejun was worried about Kyungi, who had followed Theo down. No, they'll be fine. He's not the kind to get beaten up. If anything, he'll be the one doing the beating. With Theo there to keep him in check, he'll be fine, though he might get into some trouble. And there's the golden bat. Sejun brushed off his worries, recalling the golden bat he had secretly sent to follow them, just in case. And, step. Before he could worry again, he walked towards the cornfield. When thoughts become burdensome, moving the body is the best solution. So to move his body, Sejun went to the cornfield. Why? In the corner of the cornfield, sticky corn sprouts greeted Sejun with a cheer. Heh, they're growing well. Sejun, looking at the nicely grown sticky corn sprouts, took out the enhancing elixir and pop it. Opened the lid. While waiting for Theo, he planned to use the harvest elixir to harvest the fruits and then replant their seeds. Just a drop. Drip. Sejun carefully dropped a single drop of the harvest elixir on the sticky corn sprout. Then, crack. The sprout grew rapidly. Good. After checking the growth of the sticky corn, Sejun moved to another spot and dig. Dug 2 holes in the ground, spacing them wide apart. Drop. He placed a seed in each hole, one of Debong persimmon of accuracy seed and the other of sunflower seed. The Debong persimmon of accuracy seed was saved, while waiting for the tangerine to grow on the tangerine tree on the 85th floor of the tower, eating them as snacks with animals. Drip. Sejun first dropped a drop of harvest elixir on the Debong persimmon seed, and then, swoosh, covered it with soil. Drip. He planted the sunflower seed in the same manner. Now to harvest the seeds. Sejun waited for the crops to grow and you have obtained a corn seed. Your job experience slightly increases. Your proficiency in the seed harvesting LV8 skill has increased slightly. You need to use the seed harvesting skill 791,217 more times to complete the job quest. He harvested the corn kernels. 1 hour later. Finally. After squatting down to harvest the corn kernels, Sejun stretched and stood up. Let's see how well they've grown. Sejun went to check on the crops that he used the elixirs on. Oh, they've all grown. Sejun found the corns on the sticky corn among the 3 crops. Drip. As Sejun picked the corn. You have harvested sticky corn. Your job experience slightly increases. Your proficiency in harvesting LV8 has increased slightly. You have gained 70 experience points. Messages appeared. You have achieved the achievement of creating a new variety in the tower. As a job trait, all stats increase by 10. You have achieved the achievement of creating 17 new varieties in the tower. The number of entrances at the Black Tower's entrance increased from 104 to 105, with the 105th entrance being created in the safest place. Messages about achievements and the addition of an entrance to the Black Tower appeared next. Let's see. As the messages poured in, Sejun checked the effects of the sticky corn. Sticky corn. Corn grown within the tower, which has absorbed enough nutrients, but for some reason, the nutrients were focused entirely on making the corn sticky. The stickiness intensifies when heat is applied. The taste is bland. Cultivator, Tower Farmer Park Sejun. Shelf life, 150 days. Grade A. How sticky could it be? Poppy. Curious, Sejun peeled one side of the sticky corn, placed it on the ground, and poked and pulled out one kernel with his dagger. But, swoosh. The dagger came out cleanly. The stickiness was weaker than expected. In fact, it was almost non-existent. What? It said the stickiness intensifies with heat, right? Snap. Whoosh. Recalling the explanation, Sejun flicked his fingers to create fire and heated the dagger. Then, poke. When he poked the corn kernel with the warmed dagger and pulled it out. Stretch. This time, the corn stretched long following the dagger. Snap. The corn stretched about 3 cm before it broke. Oh, it does stretch. Good, let's heat it up more. Sejun, fascinated by the stretching corn, heated the dagger for a while longer. Poked and pulled the corn kernel again. Then, stretching. This time the corn stretched even longer. As Sejun raised his arm above his head, the corn stretched over 10 cm. Then, snap. The corn could not stretch any further and broke. Slurp. And Sejun, almost instinctively, put the stretched corn into his mouth. It was a habit from eating pizza. And, this tastes similar to mozzarella cheese. Sejun felt a familiar taste from the unfamiliar crop. Chapter 305. Why is this arm all torn apart? Between China and Mongolia, to the east of the Gobi Desert. Approximately 1,000 km north of Beijing, the capital of China. Flap flap. Hundreds of thousands of green locusts flew over the vast sandy lands, forming a 3-dimensional pattern. It was a magic circle. Moments later, buzz. In the center of the magic circle, a hole appeared in the air. Flutter, flutter. And out of the hole came 2 moths, each the size of a palm. As soon as the moths emerged, the hole closed immediately. And then, flap, flap. The green locusts began to attack the moths they had summoned. Locusts, even cannibalistic towards their kind, had no concept of allies. Just as the 2 moths appeared, about to be torn to shreds by the locusts. Whoosh! Flames burst forth from the moths' wings. Whoosh! Burning the attacking locusts. However, flap flap. The locusts continued their attack on the fire moths without fear. Whoosh whoosh. The bodies of the locusts served as fuel, causing the flames of the fire moths to grow larger. Once the flames had grown sufficiently, whoosh, a part of the flame detached, flutter flutter, and transformed into a moth the size of a fist. Flap flap. Naturally, the locusts attacked the newly born moth. Whoosh. But the newly born moth also created flames on its wings, burning the locusts. This process repeated, reducing the number of locusts while increasing the number of fire moths. Eventually, only the fire moths remained. And then, flutter, flutter, the fire moths dispersed in all directions, searching for prey to sacrifice to the flames. 99th floor kitchen. Hezeli. Thump thump. Sejun was diligently working on rice dough, chuckling to himself. I can eat pizza now. Sejun thought of pizza the moment he felt the texture of mozzarella cheese in the sticky corn. He had rushed to the kitchen to make this rice dough. A little later. Done. Sejun had finished the rice dough. He covered the bowl containing the rice dough with banana leaves for fermentation. Click. You have consumed a piece of Alien's healthier meatball. You must eat all the pieces for it to take effect. 437 pieces remaining. Sejun quickly filled his stomach with Alien's cooking. And then, all right, now to make tomato paste. He took out cherry tomatoes that had been soaking in hot water one by one. Slice, slice, and began peeling them. Then, peep yik. I'll help you. Beep. Uncle, are you making something new again? As Sejun began cooking something new, the rabbits showed interest and came to help, eager to lend a hand. Yes, it's a dish called pizza. Thanks to the rabbits, Sejun was able to explain pizza to them and keep himself entertained while working. Peep yik. That sounds delicious. Hehe, right. As he peeled the tomatoes and had a decent amount accumulated. Splat. Sejun poured the cherry tomatoes into a black pot. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Added some salt, boiled it strongly once, and then started to simmer it over low heat. Kids, stir this for me. Sejun asked the rabbits to stir the tomato mixture to prevent it from sticking to the bottom. You have obtained sticky corn seeds. Your job experience has slightly increased. Your proficiency of seed harvesting LV8 has slightly increased. You need to use the seed harvesting skill 751,161 more times to complete the job quest. Sejun had harvested 20 pieces of sticky corn. While Sejun was preparing the pizza ingredients. Crackle, crackle. The debong persimmon of accuracy and the sunflower seed, enhanced by the harvest elixir, were growing vigorously. Theonym this way. Yurin led Theo, Kyungi and Piat to the best clothing store he knew of. Located quite a distance from the bustling streets of the shopping district was the clothing store Arachne. Its flamboyant, yet antique exterior exuded the store's class. Legendary merchant Yurin Nim, welcome. A soldier guarding the entrance of Arachne recognized Yurin and opened the door for him. Let's go in. As Yurin entered. Pew hut, good meow, let's go in quickly meow. Theo happily followed Yurin into the store, and Kyung, let's go in quickly. Pio, yes. Kyungi and Piat followed them in. Upon entering the store, welcome, who is looking for clothes? A store attendant waiting inside politely greeted them and asked, Kyung. Kyungi wanna buy clothes for dad. Kyungi wanna buy strong clothes. Kyungi expressed his desires. Despite the abstract answer, do you want strong clothes? Please follow me. The attendant didn't ask further and led them away. And then, please have a look around. They were guided to a room filled with dazzling chain armors. Kyung, are these strong? Kyungi asked, looking at the armor. Of course, I assure you these are the finest products from the Black Tower. Feel free to touch them, they won't get scratched. The attendant confidently answered Kyungi's question. Certainly, the attendant wasn't boasting. The items were worth their merit. Kyung, is that so? Grip. Taking the attendant's word, Kyungi grabbed and pulled the arm part of a chain armor in front of him to test its sturdiness. However, crack, the chain armor tore off as easily as ripping paper. Both Kyungi and the attendant were shocked. Why is it so weak? Kyungi was shocked because the armor was too weak. What kind of armor is this? The attendant was shocked because of the armor's price. The chain armors here were Arachne's secrets, made from mithril thread processed from mithril. Commissioned by Iskara, the best blacksmith of the Black Tower, and sent to the Wizard Tower to be engraved with various magic. Especially, the chain armor that Kyungi just damaged had 3 layers of hardening magic engraved on it, making it an item that could be called a masterpiece. Therefore, its price was a staggering 5 billion tower coins. To damage such armor, crack, crack. Unaware, Kyungi continued to tear other chain armor's arms, searching for sturdy armor for Sejun. Customer, please stop. Do you know how much those cost? The attendant, true to the store's reputation, tried to calm Kyungi down as much as possible. Kyung, how much are they? Kyungi asked innocently in response to the attendant's question. The first armor you broke costs 5 billion tower coins. The others are 1 billion tower coins each. You owe a total of 7 billion tower coins. Kyung. What are you talking about? Kyungi isn't buying this. Kyungi responded to the attendant asking for money. In Kyungi's logic, since he wouldn't buy such weak armor, there was no need to pay. What? The attendant was shocked by Kyungi's response, and went looking for urine to communicate. Hut, I'll buy it, so give us a discount, meow. Theo said he would buy the armor. Kyung. Big brother will buy, then Kyungi will pay. Hearing Theo would buy the armor, Kyungi took out his allowance pouch. Swoosh. Urine quickly pointed at himself with his front hooves. Once again, a debt was incurred in Urine's name. As Theo placed the 3 chain armors, with 1 arm missing each, into his bundle. Give me that, meow. Theo pointed at the armor stand and said, This one. As the attendant lifted the armor stand. Hut, no, meow, this one, meow. Theo took a square wooden plank that was holding up the armor display stand. Ah, that was it. If you need more, just let me know, I'll give you more. A customer who had just brought in 7 billion tower coins in sales. Such wooden planks could easily be given away. Hut, it's fine, meow. Theo naturally refused, since what he wanted wasn't an ordinary wooden plank. Theo carefully placed the wooden plank that he felt drawn to into his bundle. Hut, another feat to be praised by Chairman Park, meow. It's time, meow, let's go back, meow. Theo happily went to pick up the packed food. Phew. It's done. Sejun tasted the thickened tomato paste and declared it finished. Then, thump. Need. He took out the fermented dough to start making pizza dough. Just then, Chairman Park, I'm back, meow. Slap. Theo, having completed his errand, clung to the back of Sejun's head. Vice Chairman Theo, you're back. What, meow? Why are you making food, meow? Theo, dissatisfied that Sejun was making food after sending him on a food errand, asked in an annoyed voice. Suddenly I wanted to eat this dish. Sejun, feeling very happy at the thought of eating pizza, replied with a cheerful voice. Why are you so cheerful, meow? I don't like it, meow. Theo got upset seeing Sejun happy, even in his absence. Squeeze. Theo hugged Sejun's head even tighter. That's nice. Nevertheless, only Sejun's mood improved due to Theo's soft belly. But where is Kyungi? Kyungi is here. Kyungi, who was smelling the unfamiliar scent of tomato paste, raised his hand and replied energetically at Sejun's call. Did our Kyungi come back well? Kyung. I came back fine. Did you have any allowance left from what Daddy gave you? Kyung. Yes, it's here. Kyungi took out his allowance pouch. Shall we see how much you spent? Sejun opened Kyungi's allowance pouch to check how much money was spent. But, you didn't spend any. Inside the pouch, the 100 tower coins he had given were still there. Kyungi, you didn't spend any money? Sejun asked. Kyung. No, I bought food and armor with the allowance Daddy gave. Then why is the money still here? Kyung. Big brother got us a discount. Kyungi looked at Theo with eyes full of admiration. And, Phew hut, that's right, meow, I got us a discount, meow. In the meantime, Theo, who was now hanging on Sejun's knee, raised his head and boasted. You got a discount. This was almost like robbery, when Sejun was puzzled. Pip pip, you're an paid on credit from behind. The golden bat told Sejun the truth. Sejun finally understood why Kyungi's allowance hadn't decreased. Then, shall we see what our Kyungi bought? Phew hut, you'll be surprised, meow. Theo took out the packed food, 3 sets of mithril chain armor with arms torn off, and a wooden plank from his bundle. Why are all these arms torn off? Right arm torn, enhanced mithril chain armor, triple layered. Left arm torn, enhanced mithril chain armor. Right arm torn, enhanced mithril chain armor. When Sejun asked, looking at the mithril chain armors with one arm each torn off. Kyungi did it to check if they were sturdy. Kyungi proudly said, Kyungi checked everything for daddy. I see. Knowing why the arms were torn off, Sejun examined the most expensive-looking mithril chain armor. Right arm torn, enhanced mithril chain armor, triple layered. Refined mithril threads through the secret process of Arachne, the top clothing store of the Black Tower. Usage restriction, strength over 500, magic power over 1000. Creator, Arachne Iskara, and the enchantment done by Wizard Tower. Grade A. It should be worn inside. Although it was a chain armor, it felt as comfortable against the skin as wearing clothes made of fabric. Kyungi, tear this off for me. Wearing armor with only one arm was awkward, so Sejun asked Kyungi to tear off the remaining left arm as well. Kyung. Okay. Rip. Kyungi tore off the left arm. Swoosh. And Sejun put on the chain armor, now sleeveless. And then, Vice Chairman Theo, please drill a hole here. Sejun handed the left arm piece that Kyungi had torn off to Theo. Got it, meow. Pop, 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 pop. Theo drilled 4 holes at the desired spots with his dragon claw, completing the modified mithril armor for Sunfish Fenrir. And bloom. Meanwhile, outside, a sunflower seed flower that resembled a sunflower bloomed outside. Chapter 306, Eating Pizza. Thump. What's this? Wooden plank. As Sejun asked about the wooden plank that Theo brought. Pew hut, I felt a pull from there, meow. Theo replied with a triumphant voice. Really, Aileen, can you appraise this? Following Theo's words, Sejun asked Aileen to appraise it with anticipation. The tower's administrator says to leave it to her. Aileen took the wooden plank to appraise. And the tower's administrator says Theo has brought great equipment. The tower's administrator is happy that the 4th relic has appeared. Aileen happily conveyed this to Sejun after appraising the wooden plank. Guardian wooden shield. The relic that appeared in Sejun's hand, the shield still looked shabby. This is a relic. Sejun examined the shield. Guardian wooden shield. And relic used by the ancient god of battle, Battler, made from a part of the world tree. When magic power is infused, it can change into any shape to protect its owner. It can be restored to its original state if 50% of it remains. Usage restriction, strength above 700, stamina above 700. Creator, god of battle, Battler. Grade S. Oh, it can change into any shape. As Sejun imagined a thin disc with a long handle. Crack. The wooden shield moved and formed the shape Sejun wanted. Thanks to this, equipment needed to put pizza in the oven was completed. Sejun quickly found a use for the relic. A little later. Heh guys, let's eat. Sejun said, taking out the pizza from the oven using the shape-shifted guardian wooden shield. Kyung. Piek. Pipayak. Smelling the pizza, the animals who had been eagerly waiting for the pizza to be ready hurriedly set the table. Meanwhile, Sejun took out 4 more pizzas of the same type from the oven. The pizzas were beautifully colored in red, white and green on round dough. It was a margarita pizza topped with tomato paste, sticky corn, and green onions instead of basil. Shush. Sejun quickly cut the pizza into 16 slices. Although 8 slices are the norm for pizza, cutting it that way would only make 40 slices for 5 pizzas. However, there were far more mouths waiting to eat than that. Come on, don't wait and just eat. Sejun quickly served slices of pizza on plates. Because if it cools down, the sticky corn won't stretch, and it wouldn't feel like eating pizza. Thus, Veronica and the animals had their first pizza in their lives. They were surprised by the taste as soon as they put it in their mouths. Stretching. And were surprised again by the sticky corn that kept stretching. Kyung. Piyak. Pipayak. The animals were puzzled by the sticky corn that kept stretching even as they pulled it. However, stretching. Snap. Unlike Veronica, who could snap the stretching sticky corn, the animals had much shorter legs. Kyung. It's getting away. So Kyungi used telekinesis to float the pizza away. Piyak. Honey, give me the pizza, I'll pull it for you. Pili. Great, give me your pizza. The rabbits exchanged their pizzas and pulled for each other. Pewhup. Seeing the animals doing so, Sejun couldn't help but burst into laughter. He hurriedly took a piece of pizza for himself and took a bite. The savoriness of the dough made from rice flour, the richness of the tomato paste, and the scent of green onions filled his mouth. The ingredients showcased their own flavors. But, munch. The least distinctive flavor, the sticky corn, gently enveloped all the ingredients, blending them into a single taste. Stretching. Gulp. Delicious. Sejun enjoyed eating the pizza, slurping up the stretching sticky corn. A little later, the pizza on the table had disappeared. It's gone. Kyung. It's already gone. Piyak. Pipayak. Veronica and the animals felt disappointed. Don't worry, I'll bake 2 more, just wait a moment. Thump. Sejun made the dough again with rice flour and spread tomato paste on it. And shush. This time, instead of sprinkling the sticky corn directly, he thickly laid down mashed boiled sweet potatoes. The second pizza he made was a sweet potato pizza. Sejun then sprinkled onions and corn on top, and finally added sticky corn before. Swoosh. Putting it into the oven. While the pizza was baking, Sejun went outside. Swoosh. He harvested pineapples from the pineapple field. Zizi. The cut pineapple screamed as if it was about to open its mouth. Then, ice cube. Sejun wrapped the pineapple in ice. Zzrrrjk. Bang! The screaming pineapple shattered the ice with a loud noise. And, leak! The noise spread outside. The sound, having expended much of its energy breaking the ice, posed no threat to Sejun. Sejun had developed a knack for harvesting pineapples. By the time he had finished preparing the pineapples in the kitchen. Here, let's eat. The sweet potato pizza was ready. Delicious. Kyung. Piyak. Pipayak. Veronica and the animals, showing their enthusiastic response again, enjoyed the pizza deliciously. Sejun, you're amazing. Kyung. As expected, everything Dad makes is delicious. Piyak. Sejun is the best chef in the Black Tower. Pipayak. I want to move the kingdom here. After finishing the pizza, they praised Sejun while waiting for the next pizza, ready to eat anything Sejun made. However, Sejun, what did you put in this? Kyung. Putting pineapple in it, Dad is a genius. Piyak. Why would you eat that thing? Pipayak. Uncle, you're amazing. I never imagined it. When Sejun took out the last pizza, a pineapple pizza from the oven, the animals' reactions were divided. If you try it, you'll change your mind. Even with Sejun's persuasion, The anti-pineapple pizza faction was adamantly against it. Thanks to that, only Sejun and the animals who liked pineapple pizza could eat a lot. Atop the 99th floor fountain of the Black Tower. The liquor tastes great. Exactly, Ediha. Would be nice to drink like this every day. Kaiser, Kellyan, and Ramter were enjoying the samyangju. And, two, Tyr, you leaving? Kaiser frowned at Tyr. I haven't taken Veronica yet, and Aileen said it's okay. Tyr confidently answered with Aileen's permission. Okay. Kaiser, unable to say anything more upon hearing that Aileen had permitted it, just glared at Tyr. Tyr had purchased 1,000 bottles of samyangju through Veronica from Sejun. He had liquor, so he could drink alone, but there was a reason he chose to drink here, enduring the gaze of the other dragons. It was because of the delicious side dishes Sejun made. Salty and chewy dried squid, tuna sashimi that gently melts in the mouth, and roasted peanuts that became more savory the more you chewed. And the sweet fruits, each with its own charming flavor. The side dishes were too delicious. As if I'd leave this place. Tyr decided never to leave the Black Tower. Swoosh! He picked up a green-colored fruit from the plate and put it in his mouth. Chew. Chewed it a bit to let the flavor and fragrance fill his mouth, then gulp! Swallowed a glass of samyangju. Eating melon and then drinking samyangju gives it another mysterious flavor. Let's drink. Kaiser thought it would be a loss to get angry at Tyr, so he chewed on dried, roasted sweet potato while holding his drink. I'll have one with peanuts. I'll have one with tuna sashimi. As the 4 dragon clan leaders were setting up a drinking session. What's this? Kellyan suddenly felt something, a warm and bright energy. Kellyan, what's wrong? Noticing Kellyan's serious reaction, Kaiser put down his drink and asked. Kaiser, it's the power of light. It's right below us. Kellyan responded and leaped towards where he felt the power of light coming from. What? How is that possible? Kaiser was greatly surprised and quickly followed Kellyan by jumping off the fountain. After the creator god disappeared, all harmony was broken and the world became chaotic. And darkness disappeared. Light has vanished. During that tumultuous time, the black dragon lost the power of darkness, and the white dragon lost the power of light. They didn't know where or how they lost it. It disappeared without any warning or trace, like breathing, which was once so natural. But now the power of light is suddenly felt around here. Does that mean the power of darkness too? Light and darkness cannot exist without the other. From a close view, light and darkness seem to repel each other, but from afar they always coexist. Just as the darkest dawn is followed by morning, at the end of light, there is darkness. Kellyan, is the power of light coming from here? Kaiser asked, standing next to Kellyan with anticipation. Yeah, look at this, it's coming from this flower. Kellyan, with a smile on his face, said while looking at a sunflower that was absorbing light. The sunflower was standing tall, absorbing light, and storing the power of light in its seeds. If it's in the farm, Sejun must have planted it. Kellyan hurriedly flew towards Sejun. Sejun needed to harvest quickly so he could buy the seeds. Here, this is for dessert. Sejun, reviving memories, prepared juice in a carrot cup. He blended it with bananas and honey to share the longevity peach. Gulp! Thanks to that, everyone ate a similar amount of longevity peach, and their lifespan increased by about 16 years each. Are you leaving first thing tomorrow morning? Sejun asked Father Rabbit in a regretful voice. Piek. Yes, I have to water the carrot field. Can you give me some sticky corn seeds when I leave? Sure, I'll give you 10. Piek. Thank you. As Sejun was handing out the sticky corn seed to Father Rabbit. Meow, Chairman Park Blackie has woken up, meow. Theo informed Sejun that Fenrir had woken up. Blackie has. As Sejun peeked outside the kitchen. Caking. Where is the one who feeds me? I'm hungry. Fenrir, having woken up, was desperately calling for Sejun. "Blackie, you awake?" As Sejun called out to Fenrir. "Kaying, where were you?" Thud, thud. Fenrir eagerly ran towards Sejun. And then, Kay Kincha. After struggling to get over the kitchen threshold. Swoosh. He sat down in front of Sejun's feet. "Feed me." Whoosh, whoosh. Fenrir's tail was moving vigorously. He seemed very happy to see Sejun. "My little Blackie is hungry, isn't he?" When Sejun took out roasted, dried sweet potato for Fenrir. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Fenrir, apparently very hungry, devoured it greedily. "Now's the chance." Swoosh. Seizing the opportunity, Sejun took out the mithril armor he had made earlier and began to dress Fenrir in it. Kaying, what is this? Fenrir seemed displeased. Chomp, chomp, chomp. But couldn't resist much while eating the dried sweet potato. Swoosh, swoosh. Thanks to that, Sejun easily put the armor on him. It was a bit loose, but not enough to easily come off. Kaying. What's this? I'm going to take it off. Fenrir, having finished the dried sweet potato, tried to take off the armor, but Blackie said, swoosh. At Sejun's command, Fenrir immediately sat down. Are you going to give me more to eat? Then I'll bear with it. While feeding Fenrir more dried sweet potato and getting him accustomed to the armor. Sejun, come out for a moment. Kellyan called out to Sejun with an extremely excited voice. And then, chomp, chomp, chomp. He, delicious, I'm happy. Unaware that he had helped his rival, the white dragon, find the power of light, Fenrir blissfully smiled while eating the dried sweet potato. Chapter 307, Grandson Go Study Abroad. Just a moment. Sejun answered Kellyan's call and clicking. Kaying. He picked up Fenrir, who was happily munching on dried sweet potatoes, and held him in his arms. He did this because Fenrir might take off his armor while Sejun wasn't around. As Sejun took Fenrir outside, Hugh, did our Sejun come out? Kellyan spoke to Sejun with a voice filled with adoration. Sejun. Kaiser, who was nearby, reacted sensitively to Kellyan's words. However, why get angry, our Kaiser? Kellyan, excited about discovering the power of light, was happy no matter what Kaiser said. What, our Kaiser, are you crazy? As Kaiser became even angrier at Kellyan's words. Kellyan, why did you call me? Sejun hurriedly stepped in. A fight here could put Fenrir in danger. Because as a sunfish, Sejun understood the difficulties of a sunfish more than anyone else. The reason I called you, Sejun, sell me that flower seed. Kellyan pointed to a spot and said, a flower. When Sejun looked where Kellyan was pointing, he saw a fully grown sunflower and a debong persimmon tree. All I had that. He had completely forgotten about the other crops he had sprinkled with the harvest elixir and went to make pizza. I should go check it out. As Sejun was about to move. Hurry. Grab. Kellyan, in a hurry, personally lifted Sejun and flew to where the sunflower was. Thud. And they arrived in front of the sunflower in an instant. Hurry and harvest it. Yes. Swoosh. Upon Kellyan's urging, Sejun plucked one of the densely packed sunflower seeds from within the flower. You have obtained a sunflower seed. Your job experience points have slightly increased. Your proficiency of seed harvesting LV8 has slightly increased. You need to use the seed harvesting skill 746,159 more times to complete the job quest. Messages appeared. Although breaking the flower would allow harvesting all seeds at once, Sejun didn't do it to complete his job quest. Please check this first. Thank you. When Sejun handed the harvested seed to Kellyan. You have achieved the accomplishment of creating a new variety in the tower. Due to job trait, all stats increase by 10. The message for the new variety achievement appeared next. This was a new variety, As expected, Vice Chairman Theo, good job. Sejun was delighted by the unexpected message and praised Theo, who had brought the sunflower seed. Then, Pew hut, I know meow. I Vice Chairman Theo always do well meow. Theo, naturally feeling proud, puffed out his chest. However, kaying. What? I consumed all its energy and spat this out. Why is there a power of light coming from here? Fenrir, held in Sejun's arms, was startled to see the sunflower seed and flower Sejun was holding. What have I done? He had gone into the black tower to find the black fruit, but ended up helping to find the power of light. And it was the power of light, of all things, the power with the highest resistance to the power of destruction. In the past, it was troublesome to face the white dragons who possessed the power of light, because they would take hits and other dragons would struggle to attack them. And they lost. If the other apostles of destruction learned of this, it would be an unparalleled disgrace. Kaying, I'm Fenrir, the first seed of the apostles of destruction, to think I helped the dragon bastards. Fenrir's ears and tail drooped in despair. At that moment, Chairman Park, Blackie also helped with finding the seed meow. Blackie brought the seed meow. Hearing Fenrir's sad cries, Theo started to speak. Pew hut, got it meow Blackie. Thinking that Fenrir wanted to be recognized for his contribution in finding the sunflower seed. Thanks to that, everyone present learned about what Fenrir had done. Blackie did well too. Upon hearing Theo's words, Sejun took out dried sweet potatoes as a reward for Fenrir. Kaying, it's food. Fenrir's mood instantly changed. Pergub. Fenrir's ears stood up straight and swoosh. His tail wagged uncontrollably. Forgetting his previous worries, Fenrir focused solely on the food in front of him. Predators don't get distracted while hunting. Indeed, his noble wolf-like concentration was admirable. Here you go. Nibble. Kaykihihi, it's food. While Fenrir was focused on deliciously eating the dried sweet potatoes, brought the sunflower seed, then I must give you two a great reward. Kellyan intended to reward the two. Pew hut, Kellyanim, what will you give meow? Specially grant you both the surname Maimb. Meow, no way meow, I'm a Park meow. My name is Theo Park. Theo, who had received Sejun's surname, refused Kellyan's offer. Kadahata. Kaiser, who had already been refused by Theo before, looked at Kellyan and laughed in good spirits. Crumb, really? Kellyan felt awkward at Theo's words. Then I'll give you my skin. After some thought, Kellyan decided to give his skin. Good meow. Done. As soon as Theo consented, they exchanged for Kellyan's skin, and Fenrir as well. Thanks to that, Fenrir was gradually drifting away from being an apostle of destruction. Swoosh. While Theo and Fenrir received their rewards, Sejun began to harvest the sunflower seeds in earnest. White Tower Administrator Area. Grandfather, did you call me? Ajax appeared in response to Kellyan's call. Yes, come here. Kellyan called Ajax over with a serious expression. Grandfather, what's wrong? Noticing Kellyan's unusual atmosphere, Ajax approached hesitantly. Look at this. Kellyan handed a sunflower seed to Ajax. What is this? I can feel the power of light from it. It's called a sunflower seed. Ah, but did you call me here just for this? Ajax, born after the white dragons lost the power of light, was puzzled as to why Kellyan was showing this to him. To Ajax, the sunflower seed was merely a fascinating seed that contained the power of light. Oh dear! Kellyan sighed while looking at Ajax. Can I entrust such an important matter of our race to him? Kellyan's expression became complicated as he looked at Ajax. There was a reason for Kellyan's behavior, related to the nature of the sunflower seed. Even with this much power, eating hundreds of thousands of them won't restore our former strength. Initially, Kellyan was disappointed by the very small amount of light power contained in the sunflower seed. However, upon examining the sunflower seed, he discovered another way to obtain more light power than by eating the seed. That was by planting the sunflower. The sunflower had a nature similar to how the dark flower attracts curses. It draws the power of light to its surroundings. Therefore, Kellyan planned to grow a large amount of sunflowers in the White Tower to gather the light power accumulated around them. If a lot of light power gathers, the white dragons can absorb the power of light just by breathing in its vicinity. And naturally, the task of planting the sunflowers fell to Ajax, the tower farmer. Why is he so serious today? Can't I just leave? While Ajax was inwardly grumbling at the sight of Kellyan's serious expression. Grandson, go study abroad. Kellyan made a decision and spoke with a firm voice. Me study abroad? Yes, go to the Black Tower and learn proper farming from Sejun. What? Although Ajax had become Sejun's slave, he had been living comfortably without seeing Sejun's face. I will get Sejun's permission. What? Please refuse. Ajax prayed desperately for Sejun to refuse upon hearing Kellyan's words. Done. Sejun harvested about 3,000 seeds from the sunflower. Click. He picked up a seed and examined it closely. Sunflower seed. A seed from a sunflower grown within the tower. It's delicious, having absorbed ample nutrients. Cultivated by the tower farmer familiar with farming, its taste and efficiency have improved. It absorbs and stores light, allowing it to grow even in places without light. As it grows, it attracts the power of light to its surroundings. The more sunflowers grow, the stronger their ability to attract the power of light becomes. Consuming it stores a very small amount of the power of light in the body. Having the power of light increases resistance against malevolent forces. Cultivator, Tower Farmer Park Sejun. Shelf life, 150 days. Grade A. The power of light. What's that? Sejun wondered when. That is a power once bestowed upon us white dragons by the Creator God, but it was lost. Kellyan, who had been quiet while Sejun harvested the sunflower seeds, answered. Lost power, so that's why. Sejun finally understood why Kellyan had reacted so strongly earlier. Then, Sejun, would it be all right to grow sunflowers in the White Tower? Kellyan asked. In the White Tower, yes, go ahead, but you know right. Of course. I'll bring all the harvested seeds to you. Kellyan, knowing what Sejun wanted, readily agreed. And, so about that, the sunflowers in the White Tower should be grown by Ajax. Kellyan cautiously started the conversation. Yes, that's right. As you know, Ajax's farming skills are lacking. Yes, that's right. Sejun felt something was off when. So I was thinking of sending Ajax here. Would that be okay? Kellyan mentioned sending Ajax to the Black Tower. What, Ajax? That won't do. Sejun refused Kellyan's suggestion. What if it kills our Blackie? Just Ajax's presence and the exposure to his aura could endanger Fenrir. Furthermore, exposure to Ajax's aura could also kill the crops. And it would be hard for me too. It's not that he wouldn't pass out like before, but it wasn't easy either. In the past, he had to swallow his pride and confess his weakness, but now he could just blame it on Fenrir. Kekurorong. Thus, Fenrir, treated as the weakest without knowing, fell asleep in Sejun's arms. Thank you, Blackie. Sejun looked at Fenrir with affection when. Don't worry about it, I will seal Ajax's power. Kellyan answered. He had already considered this when planning to send Ajax abroad. A seal? Yes, with the power of this statue. One might wonder if sending a statue would work, but Ajax was too weak to move the statue. Well, if it's that level of power, it's fine. Just wait a moment. Thus, the white dragon statue paused for a moment. Shortly after, now call Ajax. Kellyan, having sealed Ajax's power, came back and said, Yes, summoning Ajax. Sejun summoned Ajax. Summoning Tower Farmer Ajax Maimb of the White Tower. After the message appeared, About 10 seconds passed. I don't want to go. A cute white dragon the size of Kyungi appeared in front of Sejun, lying on the ground in a tantrum. But, Ajax, wake up. This wasn't the white tower that indulged Ajax's whims. Hehe, finally I can make proper use of Ajax. There was only Tower Farmer Park Sejun, who simply thought of exploiting Ajax. And, Pew Hut slave, get up quickly, meow. And there was Theo Park, Sejun's faithful right hand. Kyung. Who was this guy, Dad? And Kyungi on his left arm too. Chapter 308, Call Me Hyung. Thud. With a single word from Sejun, Ajax stopped his tantrum. And then, swoosh. Ajax stood up. Grandpa. Obeying Sejun's command, Ajax, who had stood up, asked Kellyan for help. Since he was Sejun's slave, he had to listen to everything Sejun said. However, cough, Sejuna, please take care of it. Kahaha, Sejuna, go easy. Flap, flap. Leaving those words to Sejun, Kellyan flew with Kaiser towards the fountain. Ha, Grandpa abandoned me. Ajax was shocked to be left alone as Kellyan abandoned him. And then, why? Without Kellyan to heed his whining. Drip, drip, drip. Ajax could only shed tears like chicken droppings, his face clearly showing his fear of Sejun. Hey, why are you crying? I'm not a bad guy. Feeling like he had become the villain, Sejun started to soothe Ajax. Ajax, do you want to try eating this? Naturally, he tempted him with something he was confident Ajax would eat. Plug. Sejun picked a debong persimmon from a nearby tree and offered it to him. Why? Shake, shake. Ajax shook his head while crying. Really? If Ajax doesn't eat it, then who will? Sejun pretended to ponder, putting on a show. Kyung. Dad, Kyungi wants to eat it. Excited, Kyungi raised his right front paw and shouted, It looks delicious. All right, then it should be given to Kyungi. Sejun said, glancing at Ajax. Ajax had stopped crying and looked at the persimmon, conflicted. How delicious must it be for him to want to eat it like that? It was originally meant for me. Should I just say I'll eat it? He was swayed by Kyungi's enthusiastic reaction. But, no, I have the pride of a dragon. As a noble white dragon, he couldn't show himself going from crying to smiling. Thus, Ajax resisted Sejun's temptation. Ajax, can you really not eat this? Ajax had stopped crying, but now it was a matter of pride. The one trying to feed and the one refusing. And this is my victory. Besides Sejun was Kyungi, who could eat anything deliciously, a budding mukbang. MFNA mukbang or mukbang, also known as an eating show, is an online audiovisual broadcast in which a host consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audience. /MFN, star. If Kyungi did a mukbang on NeoTube, he'd easily gather 500,000 subscribers. If he even does his butt dance, 1 million might be possible, right? Heh. Sejun briefly daydreamed. All right, then Kyungi, you eat this persimmon. Snapping out of his daydream, Sejun handed the persimmon to Kyungi. Kyungi is so happy. Crack. Kyungi first split the persimmon in half. Slurp. Chew. And started to deliciously eat the inside. Kyungi indeed knows how to eat. It's so delicious. Kyungi roared with happiness as he ate the persimmon. Suddenly, I want to eat it too. Seeing Kyungi eat so deliciously made Sejun salivate, imagining the taste. Just then, I can eat it too. Ajax, who had quietly approached, gently grabbed Sejun's pants and said. Eventually conceding to Kyungi's mukbang, Ajax raised the white flag. Really, just a moment. Plug. Sejun picked a handful of persimmons. Here, eat. One for Ajax, one for Kyungi, and one for me. And then, Aileen, take theses. He gave the rest to Aileen. Slurp. In the meantime, Ajax buried his face in the persimmon and ate it hurriedly. I've already eaten it all. He ate the persimmon quickly, looking regretful. Ajax want more. Yeah, this time I'll help. Flap, flap. I have to make a good impression. Thinking to impress Sejun, Ajax flew towards the debong persimmon tree. Wind cutter. He used magic to cut the stem, connecting the persimmons with the wind. And naturally, due to the law of gravity, the persimmons fell to the ground. About half of the persimmons on the tree fell to the ground. Plop. No. Sejun despaired as he saw the persimmons hit the ground. On the outskirts of destruction. This is taking a long time. Halfas, who took over the command in place of Fenrir, looked at the Black Tower and said, it was taking longer than expected for Fenrir's return. He couldn't have been caught, right? No, with Fenrir's personality, he would die before being captured. He must be lost somewhere. Halfas thought so, as he imagined Fenrir being lost. He started commanding again. At that moment, what's that? The first calamity locust, at the forefront of the dimensions being eroded by destruction, noticed a dimension where it was unusually scarce. It was Earth. I must take command myself. Halfas's attention turned towards Earth. Kaying. Inside Sejun's vest pocket, Fenrir, who had been curled up and sleeping, woke up. Kaying. Where is this? Pika. Fenrir stood on tiptoes in the pocket, pushing his head against the edge of the pocket to look around. Then, Ajax, watch, you just need to twist the stem like this. Sejun was demonstrating how to pick persimmons in front of the debong persimmon tree to Ajax. However, I know. Ajax showed irritation towards Sejun, who was demonstrating, because Sejun had banned the use of magic for farming in the future. What do you know? Knowing so much you turned the persimmons into mush. Nagging. Ajax, not wanting to listen, covered his ears with his front foot. Nagging, it's all for your own good. Of course, the price was Sejun's barrage of nagging. Kaying. He's really amazing. He even stands up to a dragon despite being weak. Fenrir watched Sejun scolding Ajax. Then, Blackie, you're awake. Sejun noticed Fenrir poking his head out of the pocket. Just play around. Chug. Sejun took Fenrir out of the pocket and placed him on the ground. Sniff, sniff. Kaying. But what's this smell? Fenrir, now on the ground, started sniffing himself intently. And then, Kaying. What is this? Fenrir was shocked to discover the source of the smell. Why has my fur turned into dragon skin? As Fenrir was bewildered by the unbearable shame he had suffered. Hut, Blackie, are you that moved, meow? It's all thanks to me, meow. Theo laughed beside him, turning Fenrir's stomach upside down. Kaying. Don't laugh. Angry, Fenrir lunged at Theo and bit him, but Theo's skin was also that of a dragon. Crunch. Kaying. Instead, Fenrir's tooth came out. Hut, Blackie, did your tooth fall out, meow? Hut, don't worry, meow. Gulp. Theo grabbed Fenrir and ran towards the dragons drinking at the fountain. To get dragon teeth, Hut, I'll even replace your teeth, meow. While Theo and Fenrir went to find the dragons. All right, that's enough for today. Eat this and go to sleep. Having finished the scolding, Sejun stood up with a bowl filled with a thick red liquid. It was filled with the tops of the persimmons that Kyungi had telekinetically removed from the ground after Ajax caused them to fall. HMPH, I won't eat. Ajax turned his head sharply, showing that he was sulking. And then, Kyung. Thank you. Kyungi was grateful for Ajax's refusal, because it meant he could eat more since Ajax wasn't eating. Okay, then don't eat it, Ice Cube. Sejun didn't insist any further and created ice, placed the debong persimmons on top, and mixed it with the ice until it had a crunchy texture. It was a frozen persimmon slushy. Haha, this is so delicious. Okay, let's eat. Kyungil, enjoy the food. Pug. Sejun gave Kyungi a spoon and placed another spoon next to him. enjoying the frozen persimmon slushy together. Though a message about an increase in accuracy appeared, neither Sejun nor Kyungi paid any attention to it. And then, Pug! Ajax stealthily approached, took a spoon, and started eating the frozen persimmon slushy. Oh, it tastes even better cold. Right, eat a lot. Yeah, but can I call you Hyung? Ajax, wanting to get closer to Sejun, asked. If you're giving delicious food, you're a Hyung. Sure, call me Hyung. Sejun happily allowed it. Got it, Sejun Hyung. Ajax was overjoyed at Sejun's permission and began to eagerly scoop up more of the frozen persimmon slushy. Thus, 500-year-old Ajax decided to treat 27-year-old Sejun as his Hyung. Kyungi. Then are you Kyungi's younger dad? Kyungi got himself a younger dad. The three of them enjoyed the ice persimmon and fell asleep. The next morning. All right. During sleep, you have stored 10% of your life force. The life orb is 0.6% complete. Sejun saw the message about storing life force when he opened his eyes. It went up a bit. Thanks to his stats increasing a lot recently, the completion rate of the life orb had been rising by 0.15% daily since yesterday. Then, Gororong, Kirorong, Pirorong. Sejun heard the sounds of animals peacefully sleeping. And then, Arorong. One more sound added. It was Ajax who had come to the Black Tower yesterday. Ajax boldly lay next to Sejun, wanting to sleep with his Hyung. As a result, Kaiser had to entertain an angry ailing. Grandpa, I also want to sleep next to Sejun, seal my power. Fortunately, Aileen went back disappointed when she heard that sealing her power would prevent her from polymorphing. Time to get up. Meow. As Sejun picked up Theo to carry him on his lap and was about to go outside. Hyung, where are you going? Ajax, waking up from his sleep, called out to Sejun. Yeah, I have something to harvest. Then I'll come too. All right, follow me. Yeah. Flap, flap. Ajax flew up and followed closely behind Sejun. And then, oh, they've all grown. Sejun arrived at a walnut tree laden with walnuts. Compared to the other 9 walnut trees that had grown to the height of Sejun's chest, this one had grown significantly. It was because Sejun had given it a drop of harvest elixir before going to bed last night. It was intended as a gift for the returning rabbits. Okay, let's harvest them. Crack. Sejun harvested the walnuts, using his wooden shield like a net. Yeah. Ajax flew around, harvesting walnuts one by one with his front paws. You have harvested walnuts of training. Your job experience has slightly increased. Your proficiency in harvesting LV8 has slightly increased. You have gained 70 experience points. While Sejun and Ajax were diligently harvesting walnuts. Then, you have harvested a special walnut of training. He saw a walnut with a different name. From the outside, there was no big difference between this walnut and the walnuts of training. Sejun examined the special walnut of training. Special walnut of training. A walnut that rarely grows on walnut trees inside the tower. It is delicious due to being fully nourished. This walnut has a harder shell than the walnut of training. Every time you break its shell, your strength increases by 10. Eating the walnut inside makes you feel fuller for longer than usual. Grade A. Unfortunately, it was not a new variety. How does it taste? Sejun applied force to his right hand, holding the special walnut of training. Though it was harder than the walnut of training, Sejun's strength was nearly 800. Crack! The special walnut of training easily broke apart. And then, you have broken a special walnut of training shell. Your strength increases by 10. As he saw the message about his strength increase, he put the walnut in his mouth and chewed. Crunch, crunch. It's definitely richer. Indeed, it tasted better than the walnut of training, which increased strength by 1. as Sejun was eating the walnut. Hyung Nim, I want some too. Ajax hurriedly flew towards Sejun. Seeing Sejun with food, he suddenly gained a newfound respect for him, adding Nim to Hyung. Day 2 of Ajax's study abroad in the Black Tower. A delicious morning for Ajax had begun. Chapter 309, Enhancing Black Beans. Ajax, good job, go in and rest. Okay. Following Sejun's words, Ajax went back to sleep. And so Sejun was left alone. Clank. Sejun opened the void storage. Click. And opened the golden box of abundance, taking out all the black beans without leaving a single one behind. And then, will this work? Sejun held an enhancing elixir with a tense expression. Sejun planned to enhance the black beans with the enhancing elixir. Click. He placed the black beans on the ground. Pop. Opened the bottle of enhancing elixir. Drip. And carefully dropped a single drop. Swoosh. The black beans quickly absorbed the enhancing elixir. Did it work? Click. Sejun examined the black beans with a tense expression. What? No. Sejun's face stiffened as he checked the black beans. The enhancement that took place was on the expiration date. It went from 150 days to 200 days. Chairman Park, your face is all sour, meow. Press. Theo, who had been watching Sejun, massaged his face. Thanks to that, Sejun's mood somewhat improved. All right, let's try once more. Pew Hu Hut, that's the spirit, meow. Drip. With Theo's encouragement, Sejun dropped another enhancing elixir onto the black beans and checked again. Transcendence black beans +2. When consumed, the Transcendence black bean transcends all levels, activating the effects of the Strength yellow bean, Stamina red bean, Agility green bean, and Magical blue bean, with 400% effectiveness. This bean will not sprout when planted. Enhanced 2 times with the enhancing elixir. Cultivator, Tower Farmer Park Sejun. Expiration date, 200 days. Grade A. Oh, it worked. Thanks to Theo's encouragement and massage, fortunately, the desired enhancement was achieved this time. The effectiveness went from 300% to 400%. Good. Click. Sejun put the enhanced +2 black beans back into the golden box of abundance and came outside. A little while later. Here, take this. Sejun handed a leather pouch to the departing black rabbit. Pipayak. Uncle, what's this? Rattle, rattle. The black rabbit asked while shaking the leather pouch. They're training walnuts. Pipayak. Really, thank you. The black rabbit was moved by Sejun's unexpected gift. The training walnuts were absolutely necessary for strengthening the national power of the Red Ribbon Kingdom. Then take care, I'll send more when I harvest them next time. Pipayak. Yes, thank you. Beep. I'll be going now. PPI. Goodbye. I'll see you off, Toryang. When Sejun called for Toryang. Swoosh. Chairman Park, I'll stay here, meow. I have things to take care of, meow. Theo jumped off Sejun's lap. Is that so? All right. Sejun alone put the rabbits on Toryang's head and escorted them to the entrance of the 99th floor of the tower. As Sejun left his place, ZZZT. Theo and Ajax glared at each other. I'm Chairman Park's right hand, meow. I rank higher, meow. No, I'm Sejun Hyungnim's brother, so I'm higher. Theo and Ajax were in a hierarchy dispute. Then, Kyung. Where did Dad go? Kyungi, who had stayed up late playing with Sejun and overslept, sluggishly approached looking for Sejun. And then, Kyungi, good you're here, meow. Between us, who's right below Chairman Park, meow. Yeah, Kyungi, you tell us, which one of us is the second in command? The two asked Kyungi who the second in command of the farm was. However, the two were under a misconception. Kyung. Hehe, you two don't need to fight, because after Dad it's Kyungi. Kyungi also considered himself the second in command. Due to this, what was a two-way fight over hierarchy turned into a three-way fight as Kyungi joined in. No, meow. I Vice Chairman Theo am next in the hierarchy after Chairman Park, meow. No, I'm Sejun Hyung Nim's little brother, so I'm the second in command. Kyung. No, after Dad it's Kyungi. Thus, the argument among the three continued until Sejun returned. On the way back to the farm, after seeing off the rabbits, Kugagung. Sejun was sitting absent-mindedly on Toryong's head. Then, Aileen, does the black dragon govern the attribute of darkness? Sejun, curious, asked Aileen. Sejun had learned, while harvesting the sunflower seeds, that each of the 9 races governed one attribute. The opposite of light is darkness. Sejun thought that if the white dragon has the power of light, then the black dragon must have the power of darkness. The tower's administrator says that is correct. Ah, right, but what kind of power is darkness? Sejun, unable to imagine what the power of darkness entailed, asked. However, the tower's administrator says that the power of darkness had already vanished by the time she was born, so she doesn't know much about it either. The tower's administrator apologizes for not being able to answer. Aileen had never experienced the power of darkness. Ah, no, I'm sorry. Sejun quickly apologized. And then, the atmosphere turned awkward. I shouldn't have asked. Sejun blamed himself for his recklessness. But isn't there a way to find the power of darkness for Aileen? He had found the power of light for the white dragon with the sunflower. Then, if he could find a crop that held the power of darkness, I might be able to find the power of darkness for Aileen, right? Ah. At that moment an idea flashed through Sejun's mind. Could it be? Clank. Sejun hurriedly took out a book from the void storage. It was the Experienced Farmer's Plant Encyclopedia. And then, Sararek. He flipped through the book to find the page he wanted. Locations where sweet potatoes grow. Power sweet potato, 99th floor of the tower, 55th floor of the tower. Golden sweet potato, 99th floor of the tower, 55th floor of the tower. Night sweet potato, 70th floor of the tower. The page used to test the encyclopedia. Night sweet potato. He had a hunch that it might be related to the power of darkness. Okay, first, I need to get the land deed for the tower's 70th floor. Sejun decided to first visit the tower's 70th floor. And then, shug. He wrote down the names of the crops he wanted in the encyclopedia. Locations where wheat grows. Not in the Black Tower. Locations where barley grows. Not in the Black Tower. Locations where cherries grow. Not in the Black Tower. Though many were not found in the Black Tower. Locations where lemons grow. Magical lemon, 72nd floor of the tower. Locations where pears grow. Pear of strength and stamina, 81st floor of the tower. Fortunately, 2 were found. So, when Sejun used 50 pages of the plant encyclopedia on crops he wanted or thought of. Master, we have arrived. Toryong announced their arrival at the farm. Okay, thanks. Swoosh. Click. After sliding off Toryong's head and landing on the ground. I'm hungry, need to eat breakfast quickly. He hurried to the cooking area. And then, guys, what are you doing? Sejun found Theo, Kyungi, and Ajax facing off in front of the cooking area. Chairman Park, you're here, meow. Which one of us is the second in command, meow? Pewhue Hut. Of course it's me, Vice Chairman Theo, without a doubt, meow. No, it's me, isn't it, Sejun Hyung Nim? Kyung. No, it's Kyungi. Upon seeing Sejun, the 3 clung to his legs, whining that they were the second in command. Calm down, let's eat first. Click. As Sejun picked up Theo and placed him on his lap. Pewhue Hut, give me some churu, meow. Then shall we do that? Kyung. Good idea. The 3 quickly calmed down. Stay quiet while I cook. Got it, meow. Yes, Hyung Nim. Kyung. Kyungi will sit quietly. Upon Sejun's words, the three went into waiting mode, eagerly anticipating the end of Sejun's cooking. While the three waited, tab tab tab, Sejun quickly cracked 100 egg fruits into a bowl and rapidly stirred rapidly to remove the egg stickiness. Sizzle. He then poured the beaten eggs into a preheated black pot over low heat and stirred to make scrambled eggs. It's done. The scrambled eggs were piled high on the plate due to their large quantity. Sejun then poured the remaining tomato paste from making pizza over it. The dish was completed. Haha, volcano scrambled eggs are ready, Sejun said with a laugh. Guys, try this. Thump. Sejun confidently placed the plate on the table. And then, as expected from Sejun Hyung Nim, I'll continue to follow you as my Hyung Nim. Kyung. Dad is truly a genius in cooking. Ajax and Kyungi, impressed by the taste of the volcano scrambled eggs, ate enthusiastically. Here, Vice Chairman, you eat too. Pew hut, I will enjoy it, meow. Chop chop chop. After confirming that the two were enjoying their meal, Sejun gave Theo some churu and yum, tasted his cooking. The combination of eggs and ketchup was bound to be delicious. Heh, tasty. Should we have French fries for lunch? Thinking of ketchup naturally led him to think of French fries. Then we'll need oil. Sejun pondered how to make oil. But it feels like I'm forgetting something. Just as Sejun tried to remember what he had forgotten. Kaying. Hey, are you guys eating without me? Fenrir, whom Sejun had forgotten, appeared. Feeling left out upon waking up to find himself alone in bed, Fenrir had come looking for Sejun. Kaykincha. Struggling to hang on, Fenrir managed to climb over the threshold into the kitchen. Thud. Click. Fenrir sat in front of Sejun, staring intently at the food he was eating. That looks delicious. Give me some too. Drip. Drooling. Blackie, do you want some of this? Here. Sejun handed Fenrir a piece of scrambled egg without tomato paste. Chomp. Fenrir ate eagerly. Kihihi, delicious. After finishing what was in Sejun's hand. Kaying. Give me more, there's plenty over there. Fenrir alternated between looking at Sejun and the plate piled with scrambled eggs on the table, then attempted to jump towards the plate. Thump. Fenrir's hind legs lifted about 2 cm off the ground before falling back down. The jump was significantly short. But, Kaying, I want to eat. Thump. The persistent wolf Fenrir continued to jump, aiming for the food. PFF, Blackie, let's eat this. After laughing enough at Fenrir, Sejun filled a bowl with scrambled eggs and gave it to him. Chomp. Kaying. This is really soft, delicious. This was the third thing Fenrir had eaten since entering the Black Tower, following the sweet potato jerky and black royal jelly. Blackie was utterly taken by the taste of the eggs. Gulp. After eating his fill. Nod. Fenrir leaned against Sejun's foot and dozed off. Clicking. Sejun picked up Fenrir and put him in his pocket. And then, I'll have to use this as Blackie's food bowl from now on. Sejun engraved Blackie on the bowl Fenrir had used. Thus, Fenrir owned his first personal item in the Black Tower. After the meal, Vice Chairman Theo, go down to the lower floors for a bit. Meow, do I have to go, meow? No choice. I need the land deed for the 70th floor of the tower. Sejun explained that it was necessary to find the power of darkness for Aileen. He also asked Theo to look for the land deeds for the 72nd and 81st floors if he saw them. Pew hut, is that all, meow? Just leave it to me, meow. Piat, let's go, meow. Pio? Yes. Theo set off on the road with Piat, following Sejun's request. Kyungi, you're going to look for herbs, right? Kyung? Yes. Here, your lunch box. Sejun packed the leftover food that Theo had bought from the restaurant into Kyungi's lunchbox. Kyung, Dad, I'll be back. With that, Kyungi also left for the western forest. Phew, all set off. Sejun sighed with relief after sending the three off. Ajax, help me harvest the green onions. Okay, Sejun Hyung Nim. Sejun and Ajax went to the green onion field to harvest S-grade detoxifying green onions. Just like this, you pull it out. Swoosh. Sejun demonstrated. Okay. Swoosh. Ajax also harvested the green onions as Sejun had taught him. An hour later. Ajax, drink this. Sejun handed Ajax some honey water with ice floating in it. Thank you, Hyung Nim. As soon as Ajax received the honey water from Sejun. Gulp, gulp. He quickly drank it down and, wow, delicious. Looked at Sejun with proud expression. As expected, you're worthy of being my Hyung. Now, let's go harvest the cherry tomatoes. Okay, Hyung Nim. Ajax's respect for Sejun increased by 5 thanks to the honey water. Chapter 310. Do you really not know my dad? Meow, meow, meow. Pio, pio. Theo and Piat, humming a tune while descending the tower in search of the land deed for the 70th floor of the Black Tower. As they carefully hummed down to the 50th floor. Meow, but where do we find the land deed for the 70th floor? Theo, who hadn't been thinking about it until now, fell into contemplation. Pio. Well, Piat joining in the worry. As they were walking and pondering. Meow again, meow. Pio. Theonim, which way should we go? A fork in the road appeared before them. This time it's the left, meow. Theo confidently chose a path. Pio. Wherever Theonim goes is always right. As Theo and Piat passed. Thud. As if it was expected, the left path closed off, revealing a snake's face. And then, as hundreds of white snakes appeared in front of the two. Pio. Leave it to me, Theonim. Poke, poke. Piat dealt with the snakes using its beak. Thanks to being well fed at the farm, Piat had become quite strong. My slave Garon, come out, meow. Master, did you call for me? Yes, meow, pick up the coins, meow. As Piat dealt with the white snakes. Flutter, flutter. Garon collected white coins above Theo's head as he moved. As they were walking along. Please save me. A scream was heard. Pew Hugh Hut, it would be great if it's urine, meow. Pio. It's probably urine, Nim. Both naturally assumed it was urine. But, what a pity, meow, it's not urine, meow. Pio, pio. That's too bad, I really thought it would be urine, Nim. What they found was not the easy target urine, but rather a fairly large bear. Disappointed at seeing the, hey, don't just watch, save me. The hanging from the wall avoiding the white snakes, called out to Theo and Piat for help. Pew Hugh Hut, all right, meow. Snap. Theo drew his dragon claw. Swoosh. And swiftly swung his paw. And then, Zerzik. The fragments of Yermangander split into 6 parts. Clink. Piat picked them up, meow. Pio. Yes. Theo had Piat collect the falling white coins. Thus Theo, Piat, and the escaped from within the fragments of Yermangander. Thanks for saving me, my name is Panchin. While Panchin was thanking Theo. Pew Hugh Hut, nice to meet you, meow. Now stamp the contract, meow. Press. Theo received a stamp from Panchin. Oh, what are you doing? Panchin, who had unwittingly stamped the contract, hurriedly read through it. They say you're in big trouble if you stamp just anywhere. Pew Hugh Hut, since Vice Chairman Theo saved you, you have to stamp it, meow. Pio, pio. Right, did you think you'd be saved for free? Theo and Piat looked smugly at Panchin. Then, if you needed money, you should have just said so. After reading the contract, Panchin spoke as if it was no big deal. Meow, Then can you give us 1 billion tower coins, meow? The amount written on the contract was 1 billion tower coins, a sum they had pre-written intending to use if they saved urine. Of course, who do you think I am? Who else but you are Panchen, meow? Not that actually my dad is Panzer. Panchen spoke proudly, thinking he'd surely surprise them. Meow, who's Panzer, meow? Piot, have you heard of Panzer, meow? Pio Pio. No, I don't know who that is. Neither of them knew who Panzer was. Wah, do you really not know my dad? Seeing Theo and Piot not knowing Panzer, Panchen felt disappointed. My dad is famous, though. Stop bragging about your dad and just give us the money, meow. Theo demanded money, extending his paw forward. I don't have any, my dad has the money. Panchen suddenly became sheepish. What, meow? So Panchen can't pay and is therefore a slave, meow. What? I said my dad has the money. Pio Pio. Theonym, everything you said is correct. A slave shouldn't talk back. Poke poke. Piot pecked at Panchen's head as he protested to Theo. Ouch, it hurts, I said it hurts. Pio. A slave talking back like that. Ouch, it hurts, sir. Thus, Panchen learned the humility of being a slave from Piot. Puhut, slave, follow me, meow. Theo set off again with Panchen in tow. However, hesitate. He soon stopped walking. Meow, where to, meow? They didn't know where to go to find the land deed for the 70th floor of the tower. Pio, should we go ask Louis Nim? Piot came up with an idea. That's a good idea, meow. Let's go ask Louis to find it for us, meow. When Theo decided to head to the 79th floor of the tower, where the kingdom of Kav is. Are you looking for something? Panchen, who had been listening to their conversation, asked with a sly voice. This could be my chance to go to my dad. Yes, meow. We're looking for the land deed for the 70th floor, meow. Then follow me. I know a place where you can find anything. Really, meow? Of course, it's a place called the Black Market. Understood, meow. Lead the way, meow. Yes, follow me. Panchen started walking ahead, leading them towards the 66th floor of the tower. Just wait and see, you two. I won't let you off once we get there. He smirked evilly. The 66th floor of the Black Tower, there was a special market there. The Black Market, selling all kinds of goods acquired illegally. And Panchen's father, Panzer, was the owner of the Black Market. Puhut, slave, move faster, meow. Pio Pio. Right, we need to hurry back, Theonym. Unaware, Theo and Piot hurried Panchen along. Dinner time. Kyungi, are you ready? Wire. Sejun poured chopped potatoes into a black pot as he spoke. Kyungi's ready. Kyungi, today's sous chef, confidently responded while holding the lid of the pot to Sejun's question. All right, let's start. Sejun heated the pot by infusing it with magic into the handle. And then, Kyungi now. Kyung. Understood. At Sejun's signal, Kyungi enlarged to about 5 meters and covered only part of the pot with the lid. And then, Kyunga. It's getting delicious. Kyungi gently used its kyungfu to blow wind into the pot. Using the high heat of the black pot and Kyungi's wind, it was an air fryer technique from the 99th floor of the tower. After Kyungi used the kyungfu about 10 times. Kyungi, that's enough now. Kyung. Is it already done? Yeah, let's open it quickly. Kyung. Understood. Click. As Kyungi opened the lid of the pot. Sizzle, sizzle. The remaining heat fried the potatoes. Whisk, whisk. Sejun sprinkled salt on the fried potatoes and mixed them up and down to let the steam out. After a while, did it turn out well? Click. He picked up a piece of fried potato and put it in his mouth. Crunch. The taste was salty, the outside crispy and the inside moist. Perfect. Gulp. Kyung. Is it delicious, Dad? Kyungi drooled as it watched Sejun eat the fried potatoes. Yeah, Kyungi, try some too. Scoop. Sejun put a fried potato in Kyungi's mouth. Kyuehe Kyung. Hehe, delicious. Kyungi hopped around, expressing his joy. Ajax, it's time for dinner. In the meantime, Sejun called out to Ajax, who was squatting outside digging up potatoes with a hoe. Yes, Hyung Nim. Ajax hurriedly flew over in response to Sejun's call. Hey, I wonder what delicious thing Sejun Hyung has made this time. Filled with anticipation. Oh, as expected of Sejun Hyung Nim. Of course, Sejun's cooking exceeded expectations. The salty fried potatoes were delicious even on their own. And they were also delicious, dipped in tomato sauce from the morning meal. While Sejun, Kyungi, and Ajax were enjoying the fried potatoes. Master, I'm here. Huh, Sejun Nim, you're already having dinner. Veronica returned with Flamey on her shoulder. Flamey had taken Veronica to see the farm yesterday morning, and they had just arrived back. Though it was called a tour, in truth, Flamey had taken Veronica to the southwest to collect seeds from the Ents and prune them under Flamey's direction. Flamey, welcome back. Veronica Nim, please join us. Sejun offered fried potatoes to Veronica as he took Flamey from her. Then, what? Why is Sejun Hyung speaking formally to her? Sejun Hyung is my brother, so he shouldn't be speaking formally to just anyone. Ajax felt uncomfortable seeing Sejun speaking formally to Veronica. Veronica was stared down. Oh, greetings, great white dragon. Veronica, feeling Ajax's gaze, discovered him belatedly and hurriedly bowed. If you receive formal speech from Sejun Hyung again, I won't let it slide. Ajax threatened Veronica with telepathic magic. Yes, great white dragon. Thanks to that, Sejun ended up speaking informally to Veronica at her earnest request. As dinner came to an end, Flamey, can you stand here for a moment? Sejun said, placing Flamey on the ground from his shoulder. Yes, should I stand here? Yes, just stay like that for a moment. After Sejun had Flamey stand, Poppy. He opened a bottle containing harvest elixir. Sejun planned to use the harvest elixir on Flamey to help it grow. Drip. Sejun dropped a drop of harvest elixir on Flamey's leaf. Heh, it's refreshing. Flamey chuckled refreshingly after receiving the harvest elixir. However, Flamey showed no reaction. Is one drop not enough? Drip. With no reaction from the first drop, Sejun dropped another drop of harvest elixir. Yippee, master, I feel strong. Flamey showed its strength by forming fists with its leaves, but there was no growth in its body. What's going on? Click. Thinking it dangerous to use more than 2 drops, Sejun picked Flamey up again. Swish. And the roots connected to Flamey quickly disappeared into the ground. Then, in the northwest region, grow well, kids. Crag crack. Flamey distributed the energy of the harvest elixir to the Ents, helping them grow. This was why Veronica was taken along. To ensure the Ents could properly absorb the energy of the harvest elixir. Thus, Sejun failed to make Flamey grow. Drip. Sejun carefully dropped enhancing elixir onto the seed of the elixir. Cherry tomato imbued with powerful magic power, planning to solve the rest quickly now that he used the elixir. Ajax, go to the White Tower for a bit. Sejun told Ajax to visit the White Tower to plant the enhanced seeds. Then, clang clang. Sejun Hyung Nim, that's too much. Ajax had tears welling up in his eyes, showing an incredibly hurt expression. Sejun Hyung Nim, do you dislike me? It's not like that, just plant this and harvest it. I'll call you again first thing in the morning. Really? You must call me, got it? Yeah, don't worry. Okay, then I'm off. Ajax agreed to go to the White Tower, only after receiving multiple confirmations from Sejun. Take this. After planting the seed, drop a droplet on it, and if there's no reaction, drop another one. Sejun gave Ajax the harvest elixir and instructed him. Got it, Hyung Nim. Then do well in return. Go back, Ajax. Hyung Nim, you must call me tomorrow morning, got it? Yes. Sending back Ajax maimed, the tower farmer of the White Tower. With a promise from Sejun, Ajax returned to the White Tower. And around that time, we're here. Panchin arrived at the 66th floor of the tower with Theo and Piat.